Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast. Can you believe what this has become?
There was a full 48 hours where I felt like I was like literally Superman.
Jumbo loves playing Fortnite, so he gets on the sticks.
Did TR show you the sauna cycle, or was that all
No, I invented that.
Almost a year now that I haven't taken a body check. That's kind of nice.
Finished tonight with some chicken fingers and a few Guinnesses, ran into you guys, and that's where this pod came to life.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. I am your host, Dan Powers. Producer Redmond is on the sticks yet again, and over here, I normally insult him, but today I'm going to console him, because it's a man who is certainly upset that I have stolen his favorite diner. It's mine now.
Dude.
Chris Powers.
As always, I couldn't believe of all the shit talk, dude. Of all the shit talk.
What have I ever shit talked?
And then you go, I'm at Mel's. And I was like, get fucked, dude.
Well, check it out. You know what it says on the back?
No.
It says, so I'm wearing a Mel's Diner t-shirt, famous diner in Santa Monica. Crisp tea.
You could see the lines.
Yeah. On the back it says, where the locals meet to eat. And I'm a local.
Yeah,
I'm a literal 3-minute walk from
Yeah.
Mel's Diner, and I was like, I should be going to Mel's more. So I went, started talking to my server Mark.
Yeah,
and we were just talking, and I was like, oh, I live up the road, and he was like, you're a local, you need a T-shirt, and I went,
no,
gave me a T-shirt.
Damn, dude, I can't believe you left with a shirt.
Gave me a T-shirt, dude.
I need to go to Mel's Diner.
Yeah,
yeah, you
you're
do.
local too, dude.
You're a local
too.
We should all go. Hey,
Yeah.
we should all go.
No.
We should all go.
You should find. You know what you should do? You should find it. Why don't you go to
I
Great?
should go
Why don't you
with
go
you.
to Great White? You Venice local bitch.
Wow. Dude.
Go to a trendy spot. We got a lot to talk about today. Tons of news, tons of hockey. We're through our first week of hockey, but before we get into some of the more typical stuff, we're gonna bring you Steve Dangle, Toronto Maple Leafs savant.
Yep.
Unbelievable chat. We got to talk about what's going on in Toronto with life without Mitch. Let's kick it to Steve right now.
Okay, we are extremely pumped to welcome Steve Dangle to the Empty Netters podcast to get into all things Leafs without Mitch Marner. Dan, Steve, Canadian Thanksgiving, how we doing, buddy?
We're doing good. I do enjoy it. I'm fatter than I was a couple days ago, but I was sort of telling you off mic, like I'm warming up to the idea of American Thanksgiving with November and everything.
Yeah.
I'm proud of everything we do up here. I think we might have this one wrong. I think we might have this one wrong.
Steve, we talked about it on the pod a few weeks ago, and the fact that it's technically Sunday and you guys kind of get like a weird holiday on Monday off, but you don't do all the celebrations. I'm like, that's all backwards.
Because today is technically Thanksgiving, but you celebrate yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know. Basically, anytime between Friday and Monday, if you say Happy Thanksgiving, you're right. Like, Thanksgiving.
I like too.
Yeah. Like,
That's nice.
If you have turkey with your family, that's Thanksgiving. No matter what day you celebrate it on. You know what I mean? It's a little confusing.
Yeah, I mean, it weirdly kind of works. I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I also love the cave you got going on in there. It's the first time I've really seen it. I don't, however, know who legally allowed you to have that cup replica, because I feel like that's just torturing you at all times, but I do love it.
It is torture. Thank you for allowing me to brag about myself. That's what you get for being top fundraiser at the charity tournament that I do every year.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm the worst player in the tournament every year, but top fundraiser, so balance out.
There you go.
A little bit, and I'm trying again this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
Steve, we are extremely early in the NHL season, which means we're ripe for overreactions, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Opening game for the Leafs, I had a lot of eyes on that because we were talking first game without Marner plus the Habs hype train and everybody's all over Montreal. And the score with a couple empty netters, you won comfortably, but great game. Good tight game, good win. I thought the Leafs looked great. Come up against the Wings, go up 2-0, and then kind of tables flipped. I was watching your video yesterday, dying laughing. It's just like, what are we doing here? Yeah. But talk us through. We're going to get into some line jumble stuff, but before we even get there, just talk us through your vibe, dude. How's it been starting the new season without Mitch?
Yeah, and I want to hear how you felt going in and then how you feel now after a couple of games.
Okay. We're asking the right questions here.
Yeah.
So I couldn't help but notice that the video I did after the Leafs loss did way better than after their win. That is unfortunately how it works a lot of the time. I'm trying not to overreact, positively or negatively. Like the depth scoring is already noticeably better. The bottom six hasn't been much of a factor in recent years in that regard. If anyone in the bottom six hits double-digit goals, it's like noteworthy. Whereas this year, it seems like there's going to be a bunch of those. The thing that has my ears up early this season, replacing Marner was always going to be impossible. You're never going to replace him with an individual. You're going to have to do it by committee. So Scott Lawton looks like dynamite in the preseason. Yep. Looks great, and he's allowing them to have this really good four-line attack. Defensively responsible, but a factor. He goes down with an injury because he blocks a shot in preseason because he's nails and can't help himself. And the Leafs weirdly let that screw up the whole deck of cards. So all of a sudden, like what contending team takes their first line, what contending team loses their fourth line center and they say, oh, the solution to this is to take our first line right winger and make him third line center. Yeah. Because that's what they did.
Yep.
They took Max Domi, threw him down to third line. Matthias Michelli goes up to the top line, and he looks okay. He's probably in over his head. Domi's fine at center, probably shouldn't be one. And they lose their fourth line center. And now what you're getting with the third line of like Domi's with McMahon and Robertson, and now today Easton Cowan's going to make his NHL debut on the first line.
Yeah.
So they're just the team they were last year without Mitch Marner, which I think is the complete wrong approach. You committed to having this big, mean, heavy third line, a fourth line that's pesky but still an offensive factor, and you let one injury in the preseason ruin the whole scheme. I'm not loving that.
Yeah. Again, because that was the biggest fear, right? With losing Mitch, it was like, I hope we're just not the Leafs without Mitch Marner now. And then or at least in game 2, that's exactly what it looked like.
Yes. I'm sweating, fellas. Yeah. I'm not loving it.
It is genuinely, like, everything you just said is exactly what happened. Because there was a dream, right? There was a dream of, okay, let's reshuffle it around. Let's do the committee thing. And then they did it. And it was great. And then one thing happened, and they're like, wow, nope, let's go right back to right back to the old shape. And it's like, oh, fuck.
So if you go back even to last year, or not even, if you go back to last year with Berube, he never really wanted to do the Marner-Nylander thing. Or excuse me, the Matthews-Nylander thing. Like it didn't even in playoffs when it was kind of like, oh, that top line needs a spark and we weren't seeing it, he was reluctant to go there. What's your take on that? Because I love the Leafs. I'm a Bruins fan, but everybody's like, you must hate the Leafs. And I'm like, I love the Leafs.
Why would you hate the Leafs? Well, all the negative memories, like
Steve, I say that all the time to Leafs fans. They're like, you must hate us, and I'm like, not in the slightest. Like it's unbelievable.
So I was super excited for you guys last year. I talked to Red about this all the time. You took the Panthers to the toughest series ever. You were a great team last year. I'm excited about this year. And as a guy who loves Matthews and Willie Nylander, I'm like, I want that. And I'm not as tapped in as you or Leafs fans, but from an outsider, I'm like, dude, give me that. You saw the Bees go to Brad, Berg, and Pasta during their, go, send it. Yeah. The fucking Lightning's first line is insane. Like teams are doing this, and from my outside POV, you dump a lot of talent in that first line. That's a win. Every shift they're out there for the most part, that's a win for you guys. So is that what you want as a Leafs guy? Or are you like, no, we got to spread the wealth? Where are you at on that? I
like spreading the wealth, but like if you're down a goal, like go for it. Yeah. And Berube just seemed reluctant to do that. Like even last game against Detroit, they lose Steven Lorentz, who is good. I like him. But like, bro, he's on the fourth line left wing, and Nylander is now double shifting with that line instead of on the top line. And again, they're letting these fourth line issues yard sale the whole thing. Like Tavares, his whole game was screwed up now because like he's not getting Willie for certain shifts. He's getting these guys who are like, I mean, you're used to playing with Willie and you play with basically anyone else on the roster. It's going to be a step down.
Yeah.
And he was having a dynamite game. Like he was throwing the body around like Max Pacioretty style. Like maybe it rubbed off on him. I don't know. And like he was having the kind of game where I'm like, I've never really seen this out of John Tavares. They lose their fourth line left wing and he's basically taken out of it. If they've changed the DNA like they think they have or have strived to do, they should be able to put Willie up on that top line with Matthews and Nyes, who's
you'd leave
just
him. That's what I was
disgusting.
gonna ask. I know, I love him.
He's so good. He's so good. Oh my God, what a like. There's so many flaws in the Dubas era, but like what a parting gift. Like,
I know.
thank you so much. Really, really good. You should be able to do that, and the other team can load up against that. But because you have more faith in your depth now, it should be something you can overcome. Again, it's really early. The thing I was most concerned with in the loss against Detroit is they lost to Detroit the exact same way they lost games last year. And I noticed it so glaringly in the back half of that series against the Panthers. The Panthers are just forechecking animals.
Yes.
And every second period against them felt long because you can't get off the ice.
Yeah.
3 or 4 minutes into the second game against Detroit, Morgan Riley can't get off the ice for 2.5 minutes. He finally gets off. They escape. A few minutes later, it's Brandon Carlo, who can't get off the ice for over 2 minutes. Now there's your whole Riley-Carlo pair that's on their back foot for the rest of the period. So this Berube team that fancies itself as big and tough and likes to forecheck themselves, when other teams forecheck them back, they really have problems with it, and it's not great.
Yeah, there was so many clips of that I was dying on your video, and if everybody who's listening to this hasn't watched your video, go watch it because it's amazing. Yeah. The freeze frames of like the guys like back door wide open, but it's not like there's no one there. There's 4 Leafs there, you know, and it's like that. I know everyone watching this and watching you, I'm sure, is a well-versed hockey fan, but that comes from being running around with your head cut off in the D zone more than just like, they don't know what they're doing. It's like, no, that's what getting hemmed in does to you. And you saw it on display over and over against Detroit.
Yeah, and the Red Wings, like, I still think they're a pretty flawed team, but like if you let them do that to you, like Lucas Raymond's disgusting.
He's
like,
so good. He's so
Patrick
good.
Kane still got absurd hands. Like they got a few of these kids who might work out. I haven't even mentioned Dylan Larkin yet. Like, how many easy outs are there in the NHL?
Oh, dude.
You can count on one hand, maybe.
Absolutely. So another thing I wanted to hit with you is and again, it's 2 games. Like everybody chill, you know. But Matthews, we had said, and we were doing some early season predictions, and I was like, incoming Matthews 70 burger. He's going to win the Rocket. He's going to get a Hart vote. I'm telling you, this is happening. And all my comments were like, oh, he's without his setup, man. He's without his boy. And I was like, you'll see, dude, because the points have to come somewhere. They know they just traded away 102 points. Like the guys on this team know, like you said, by committee, we're going to pick that difference up. And I was like, it's going to be Austin, dude. He's going to score 1 million goals. And he's got the empty netter, but he doesn't have a 5-on-5 point yet. He didn't have a 5-on-5 shot against the Habs. How do you? Is there?
I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
Happening or like?
Well,
how do we get him going? I guess
I want to see him with the puck more.
Yeah.
Like he's such. Like I really love the evolution in his defensive game. Like he took a lot of crap in the playoffs last year, and I was just like, man, I'm just not watching the same game as you. Like I know you want Matthews to score. You do. Like obviously he's Austin Matthews. But he does so many other things good. But, you know, I'm not hating this player, but, like, boy, Michelli has the puck a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, that's just not who I want to have the puck there. So Easton Cowan's going to play today. That'll go how it goes. And then if it doesn't go great and Max Domi is up there and he's still struggling, all of a sudden you've had 3 different right wingers up there. And that's not going to make things quiet down with that narrative. So, I mean, would it kill you to just rip the thing? They got a 4 or 5 game homestand right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to say a lot for whatever the rest of the season is. Like, you got to come out of this like at least, I mean, with more wins than losses, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And with you're hoping at least 2 or 3 goals out of Austin, and he's capable of 5 or 6. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that I think would make everyone feel better. Oh, he's fine. He can do it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. It is 2 or 3 because it's how happy people are to talk about it when it's not going well. That's why it's such an issue.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like we even saw last year there were times where we thought he wasn't playing up to standard, but he still has a solid year. That's the funniest thing about Austin Matthews' stat lines all the time.
Goals is a disaster.
Yeah, they're so terrible.
Yeah.
But it is funny with this situation with Mitch gone, the whole connection thing, and now it's like through 2 games, it's been bad. We can say it's been bad as far as the offensive output. And it's like every game that continues, it's just more and more chatter. Yeah. And it's like you just need to eliminate the chatter as often as possible.
I think that's right. It was Domi in the preseason, Steve. I wasn't watching it up.
Yeah.
Was it him on? Yeah, okay.
It was
I almost
Domi in the
think you go back to
preseason.
that then.
Yeah, I this Cowan thing, I haven't seen a player be a healthy scratch and then on the first line since like the Polish Prince Mariusz Czerkawski. Like we're talking like Sundin era. Like I can't think of another time that's happened. So we'll see.
We get
Like
the solution. The solution's been in the press box the whole time.
Sitting there waiting for their turn, dude.
I guess. Yeah. I guess. Sure. Let's see.
Hey, though, sometimes it's the new guys have like the blind confidence because they don't even understand. Like the moment's so big that they don't even feel the pressure. They just come out and play, and you're like, okay, that worked out nicely. And he'll probably just give Matthews the puck too. He's like, you take it, dude. So
yes. Which is so rarely the wrong move. Yeah. Like, give it to one of Matthews or Nyes. You're probably right.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, the one other thing I wanted to have, who actually has been playing completely fine, this isn't a criticism, but with the Joe Wall being out and Stolar, because watching Stolarz in a backup role from afar the last couple years, it's been fun being like, oh man, he's great. Like what a weapon as a backup. And I would even say as a tandem.
Yeah, last year he wasn't a
more
backup. Like you can call the amount of games backup material, but that was a tandem last year. No question about it.
So, but then with the Joe Wall stuff, or at least let me say this, from my POV, it felt like the Leafs wanted it to be Joe Wall, wanted him to be the guy if we were going to pick. And then playoffs happened and it went Stoli and then he gets hurt, blah, blah, blah. But coming into the season, I was still kind of like, it's going to be Joe Wall's first crack at it. But then he got hurt. We never found out the answer. And now it's Stoli for the foreseeable future. How do you feel about that? Like, can he take on that full workload? Because I was joking with these guys. I'm hammering his over wins because I think his workload's going to be fuller, and I think you guys are really good. But any concerns there, or you love him?
I mean, I love him. He's an absolute wall when he's in net. Like, really hard to beat him.
Yeah.
The way the Red Wings beat him, I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, those are goals against anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Team in front of him didn't give him much help. With Stolarz, I guess what you worry about is he's never played 40 games.
Yeah.
And like last year, you never really saw him when he was playing a lot of games. You never really saw his play waver. Like you never really saw it decrease. Like, oh, he didn't have a very good game. He's playing too much. You never really thought that until his knee explodes. Yeah. And then, well, when's Woll coming back? Because we need him. So I have no idea what's going on with Woll. So you just have to operate as if he's not coming back.
Yeah,
I sincerely hope he is, but you got to operate like that. But like we're another knee tweak away from it being Caden Primo, who was wonderful in the AHL, unusable in the NHL. And Dennis Hildeby, who his stats were equally unusable in the NHL. I like this team. I like a lot of the things they've done, but there are a few different forks in the road where it could get late real early in Toronto.
where we got Primo in net and Easton Cowan on the first line.
Yeah.
And no one's going to look at that and
happened?
go, everything's going according to plan. Right?
We
No
had
one
Mitch
is going to
Marner.
look at that.
We had Mitch Marner last year. What the fuck happened?
Right. Like, no one's going to look at that like they're nailing this right now.
Yeah, I
unless
know.
they win.
Yes, right, exactly. Well, listen, I love Stoli too, so I think we're gonna be in good shape.
100%.
Keep the knee together.
I mean, he's like it's. I think the biggest question with, and I don't even want to put this in the universe, has just been health, staying healthy, and now he is like it's his job right now, right? And it's you want to see him get out to a good start. So if he can keep that up, there's no issues in goal. It's just a matter of we got to figure out this line balance on offense, and you got to get Austin going, and then. We're good.
I think you're there. I think Tampa had a really slow. Florida being 3-0 is hilarious to me because everybody's like, "Oh, they're gonna suffer," and I'm like, "Well, they'll never
Boston
lose again."
being 3-0 is way funnier. Like,
Yeah,
just
it's also hilarious.
Dude, I know.
what
seriously.
a nightmare!
It's like,
What a
come
nightmare!
on,
What an
come on.
endless apocalyptic nightmare.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sure, feed us to one of them in the first round if we're lucky
amazing.
enough to make it there. Sounds great.
Amazing,
Unbelievable.
You get the Wings again today. This will air after this game, so you're gonna get called out in the comments. But I want a prediction for the game you're about to attend on Thanksgiving.
Oh man. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that 4-2 Leafs win with Easton Cowan picking up his first, not one, but 2 career points.
Wow, come on.
One of them on a Matthews goal, I'm sure.
Yes.
One of them
yeah,
on a Matthews.
has to be.
Yeah.
Back door. Finds Matthews
100%.
back door.
100%. Nasty,
Oh.
nasty setup.
I love it. Well, Steve, you're the best, dude. Thanks for popping on and joining us. We got to do it again when you're not heading to a hot game here. But can't thank you enough for popping on.
Thank you. Let's go,
And
Blue
hey,
Jays.
hey, tell everyone. Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go
God,
Jays,
let's go
dude.
Jays.
Hell yeah, agreed.
And I'm sure everyone knows Steve, but tell everyone where they can find you
Yes.
online and come watch your stuff.
Steve Dangle, all one word, on YouTube, on TikTok. Where else am I? SDPN on YouTube. We got the Steve Dangle podcast 3 days a week, usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. But because I live in a silly country with Thanksgiving in October, we're going to be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday this week.
Perfect.
Amazing. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Huge thank you to Steve.
Massive.
Love chatting with him. Love chatting Leafs with anybody, but especially Steve. Hope he has a blast at the game today. I hope that prediction isn't nails. That'd be
Steve's
so
a beaut.
funny.
Steve's one of the best Maple Leafs fans on earth.
Oh, dude.
He's very level-headed.
Yep.
He's very realistic, self-aware.
Yeah.
Very hopeful.
very hopeful. So
And
am
I
I.
love that. Let's stick in Canada.
Yep.
Talk about some news. Another big signing that just dropped. Canadian fans are happy to hear it. Lane Hutson signs his extension, 8 years, $8.85 million per season, less than Noah Dobson.
Yep.
That might be the surprise. In my opinion, phenomenal work by Hughes here. But also, I want to tread carefully. May I tread carefully?
Yes, you may.
I like Lane Hutson a lot. I think he's a great player. I am a little bit surprised how willy-nilly people are being with going steal of the century, best contract I've ever seen. It's like, I don't know why people, and Canadians fans specifically, think that this kid is so much better than all of the other defensemen who are right there in his category. That's what I don't get.
No, I'm with you. I think it's great business
Yep.
because that's a good, fair deal, right? Like we kept saying it's between, and honestly, I did this last time. We kept saying it's between 8.5 and 9.5 that everybody's coming in at, really. And that is mostly true. And there's guys that have signed for 9, like Jackson Lacombe, like Chikrin, like Luke Hughes, that I think the Habs fans have a good point of like, he should get 9 too. Like that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
8.85. Let me pull up my calculus brain again. Isn't that much lower than 9? Like
It's not.
It's not like he signed for 8. Not even
It's
like he signed for
not.
8.5. I think people are seeing it as 8.5, and I'm like, it's 8.85. Like it's right there. Say thank you, which
Yeah.
you're doing. Be like this. Thanks, Lane. That's awesome. You're right on par, slightly lower. Could you have got more? Yes, you didn't break the bank. I really appreciate it. Great deal. How's your mother? Boom. Let's keep cooking. That's it. Now, what I think delusional Habs fans are saying is Cale Makar is up like next year or something.
Yeah.
And is going to sign for a shitload of
He's
money.
going to sign for $20 million, dude. Like, I'd say insane.
Habs fans have already made Lane Hudson Cale Makar. Like they've already turned Lane into Cale Makar.
There are genuinely Montreal Canadian fans alive right now, breathing oxygen, who think Lane is better than Quinn already.
Yeah, right. So that the 8.85, the mad about 8.85, or not mad, the overjoyed about the 8.85 crowd his name is Lane Makar, and he's his little brother.
Yeah.
He's Cale's little brother.
And
doesn't Cale have a little brother?
Yeah, he's on the Avs.
Yeah, he's on the Avs.
Or I think he's an older brother. No, he's a younger brother, but he's on the Avs, I believe.
That's so gas.
Taylor,
yeah.
I think this is an objectively great deal.
It's a great deal.
And here's the thing that's funny is you look the best defenseman in the league had 20 some odd points more than, and the kid was a fucking rookie.
Yeah.
He is 21, so I do want people to pump the brakes a little bit on that. He's not this like 18-year-old kid, but you have Cale with 92, Werenski 82, Quinn with 76 and 68. Just so people are clear about that. And then Lane had 66 points. 66 points in 82 games. And the fact that he played 82 games, that's always my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Steps into the NHL, plays all 82 games. Unbelievable. But I look at guys like Jake Sanderson, Adam Fox, Shea Theodore, Victor Hedman, who's right above him, and Evan Bouchard, who just signed for 10.5. And, Evan Bouchard, 67 points, 82 games. Like, they had more or less the exact same season. Evan with twice as many goals, but, like, it's a matter of 6 to 14.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the right number.
Yes.
And I think what I get a little laughy about is he signs for, just a little under Luke. And, gun to my head, if I'm starting a team and you offer me Luke Hughes or Lane Hudson, I think it's a harder decision than a lot of Habs fans would say, but I'm probably taking Lane.
Yep.
I love Lane's game. I love Luke's game. But the fact that they're like going crazy over it when it's essentially the same number.
It's 8.85, dude.
That's where I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm
Do
like
subtraction.
I'm like,
one time.
People are throwing the word steal around too willy-nilly these days.
It's a great deal.
Anytime people are happy, they say steal, and I'm like, but I do think that the largest thing for me is the I'm impressed with Hughes because I don't know how he did Noah at 9.5.
Yeah.
And then got Lane at 8.8.
That's the biggest one.
It's got to be the age thing, right? Like it's that's the only thing that I can wrap my head around.
How big is Noah Dobson?
6'6". I think he might be 6'1".
Oh, I was like 6'6".
Sorry.
Well, actually, he's 6'4". That's way bigger than I thought.
There is no fucking planet Noah Dobson is actually 6'4".
That's the only thing, and obviously Lane proved beyond a doubt he can perform in the NHL last year. He won Rookie of the Year. He was fucking electric to watch. But it is a bit of a, and now I'm going to get the Habs fans so fucking mad at me, dude. Here we go.
Here we go.
I have to delete this whole thing. But it is a thing. Like Lane's listed at 5'9". And that is, it's just hard, dude. It's hard to be durable in the NHL for that forever as a 5'9" defenseman. Like Torrey Krug was one of my favorite guys to watch on earth.
For sure.
For a stretch. And then he just he's like, I can't play anymore because I've been beaten to a fucking pulp.
And we talked about it all the time. We talked about it with it's nice to have a superstar if you want to win the Stanley Cup. Get all the regular season points you want, baby. Get all of them.
Yeah.
Set records. Yep. Win awards. And then you get into playoffs, and when I look at the last several Stanley Cup winners, it's hard for me to think of a team that their number one defenseman was not big and strong in front of the net.
Noah Dobson 6'4", Luke Hughes 6'2". I'm like, pay them. You pay for height. You can't teach height. You can't teach height. Red, you should get the Lane Hudson should get the fucking materialist surgery. And Lane Hudson should get fucking rods put in his shins. And then, dude, what would you do? What would you do if Lane Hudson came to camp
At 6'2"?
next year as 6'2"?
I would.
And he's went like this. Grossberg. I'm 22.
I would know
Check
that he
for
got the
scars.
materialist surgery,
Yeah.
and I would go genius move.
I think people in Montreal would go, he grew.
Yeah, of course.
He literally grew, you idiot.
Been sleeping like a bat all summer.
He's got better sleep. He slept like a bat. He put weights on his head.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm prepared to say that that's impossible. Who was that wide receiver who said he was growing his hands? Remember that?
Yeah, I think I do.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Gosh, who was that?
Let me see.
He said he was like, I think he was a Steeler. He was really good for like a season. No, Michael Thomas. It was Michael Thomas on the Saints.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas said that he was doing exercise and he was growing his hands.
How'd
And
that
he I don't know, but he came into the season. He was like, my hands are 2 inches longer, and I was like, 2 inches?
Maybe that's why he's not playing
he
anymore
grow
because he
anything
did the materialist on his fucking fingers.
I
my
think
God.
Lane Hudson should sleep like a bat all summer, and then he can demand a raise.
If you had to put length on your body, where would you do it? Your legs? So, come on, I'm not talking
come on,
about
Dan.
that.
Come on,
hey,
Dan.
Come on, I'm not talking
Come on,
about
Dan.
that.
It's a little early.
That's easy.
It's way too early
That's
for that kind of talk.
easy.
If you were like, I want to grow, I want to be, let's do a large number. Let's say I want to be 4 inches taller.
Neck.
Okay, so
Kyle Connor.
Chris is going full giraffe, full Kyle Connor.
Kyle Connor. Boom.
And I'm talking a genie, but you got to pick either.
It's got to be one body part.
So
Here's
it's
what
either
you're
gonna
saying.
be
You can't
leg-
spread it out.
I suppose what I'm asking is, it's
Torso or legs?
it's either ankle to knee,
Mm.
knee to hip, or torso
Or neck.
And you can't.
or neck.
And
you could
can't-
go neck if you
Yeah.
want.
We can't split it up.
Can't split it up. It's gonna be 4 inches.
4 inches.
So you look
absurd.
insane.
All right,
no
let's say
matter how
three.
You put
3 inches.
I think-
Where do you look the least
I think you gotta go
insane?
torso.
Thigh?
I think you have to go torso because if you had such crazy, disproportionately long thighs
Yeah.
to your
Yeah.
shin, that would look insane. If you
Yeah.
had long
Shins.
like shins, that would also look crazy. I think you just got to be a long torso person.
If I could
because
go-
those people exist. You ever seen those videos where people like sit down?
Yeah.
And they're way taller than the person
Yeah.
next to them, and then they stand up and they're the same height because they're like, I just have a huge torso.
Dude, our uncle is the opposite. Al's probably 6'2", 6.
6'4" for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He's
but
a
he's
big dude.
all legs. So like at the dinner table, dude, he's like this.
You barely see him.
And I'm like, dude, look at Al.
Yeah.
He's sitting over there, but he's actually he's massive. Dude.
He's on stilts.
all legs.
I think you got to be a torso guy.
Gotta go torso.
I feel like torso is like the most normal. Like if you, because obviously you guys are fucking giants compared to me, but like I feel like our torsos maybe aren't as big of difference. Like
Yeah.
it's probably because you guys have way more longer legs.
Longer legs.
I do have long legs.
Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Great. What a plot. What a plot point.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
genius.
Incredible. Well, massive deal for Lane Hudson. Massive deal for the Habs.
Yep.
You got to look at. We talked about with the Oilers, right? We talk about with all these teams, with Minnesota.
Yep.
Holy hell, man. You look at their D. You got Noah Dobson until 2033, 9.5. Caden Gooley, 5.5 till 2031. Now you got Lane Hudson till 2034, 8.85. Like, goddamn.
Dude, window opening. Not open yet.
Really good stuff.
Not
and
open
then,
yet.
Brother, they're forwards. Suzuki at 7.87. Cole at 7.85. Slav at 7.6.
Yeah, we got something
Good
going.
shit
We got a
going
stew
on in
going.
Montreal.
Got a stew going.
Good shit going on in Montreal. We had a week, right? Week of hockey.
Yep.
Some surprises, some shockers, some disappointments.
Yep.
We got to get into them.
Let's just touch on it a little bit here. Some happy surprises. And again, dude, this could all implode immediately. But
Also, are you aware that we have a hockey game starting in 10 minutes?
yeah,
Yeah, I just got a notification.
We have like so many
beat,
10
right?
Why are people
The
playing
boys.
it?
it's the Canadian Thanksgiving, dude.
We're literally playing at 10 a.m. because of
Well,
Canadian
it's
Thanksgiving?
also it's
Yeah.
also what is it called now? Formerly Columbus Day.
It's Columbus Day?
In this country?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Indigenous Peoples Day right now.
What's
we're at work.
We're working. What's your policy on Columbus Day? We work. Really?
Get me out of here.
I can't believe this.
I have one of the busiest days of my entire life today, too. I'm in wall-to-walls meetings on Columbus Day, on Indigenous People Day. Can you fucking believe that?
This is some bullshit.
Dan, first one I want to flag. Nashville Predators. Someone in this room said the Preds were going to be great this year. I don't know who that was.
Oh, God.
Might have been you guys.
Wasn't me.
And I'm not even sure that they are great yet, but gritty win against the Blue Jackets, OT loss to the Mammoth. They just look so much more competitive. Obviously, they started like 0-1 billion last year, but they looked horrible. Just absolutely putrid last year. And this year, I'm encouraged. If you're a Predators fan and you're listening to this and you've seen the fight over the first 2 games, I think you go, we might make playoffs.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I just don't know that I'm ready to. I want to get worked up, okay?
Yep.
I want to get worked up by 2 games. It's fun. Overreactions are fun. But I just don't know, Chris. I don't know that I'm in. I don't know that what I saw from them is something to be excited about.
You think the Blue Jackets are good. You think the Mammoth are good. The Predators beat the Blue Jackets and took the Mammoth to OT.
That is all correct. But again,
Do I have to go fucking math theorem on you again, dude? Do I have to pull out
hey, listen
transitive properties on
listen
you
to me. I'm
and
begging
go
you.
deep into my math brain again and tell you that means by law the Predators are good?
I'm begging you to not do that.
Okay, because I would have.
I know, and you would have done it well. But I think I'm just like, it's not the way they played those games didn't impress me. Does that make sense?
If you are a dumb person, that would make sense to someone dumb.
What I need, like, we got a Forsberg goal 2 days ago.
Yep.
Sure. But other than that, it's like Factor is scoring like a gross, gritty goal. Eric Hall is scoring. Like, I need...
That's who we need to be scoring.
I need Evangelista scoring goals. I need Stammer doing anything.
It's been 2 games, Dan, and they look great.
I just said I like overreacting. Stammer took 2 penalties in one game.
That's what I love. Good.
No, he took an unsportsmanlike conduct and an interference.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same play.
Good.
I'm not ready to overreact about the Preds.
Predators fans get fired up. Awesome start to the season. Here's another great start. And this one is shocking to me. There's actually a couple of shocking ones in here. The Seattle Spunk.
Can we talk about that?
3-1 win against, I hope, a good Ducks team. A chaotic Ducks team so far, but a 3-1
chaotic Ducks team.
A 3-1 win against a good Ducks team and an OT win against Vegas. Hell yes, dude. Joey Decord, 968.96 save percentage and goals against average so far. Let's fucking go, Joey. I thought the Kraken, and they still might be.
Joey Decord is playing Vezina hockey.
Playing gross.
I'm just saying.
That's insane. These, even if the Kraken do slip, which I think they will, but even if they do, these wins matter. Even now, even early, because it always comes down to a few games. Yeah. OT win against Vegas, beating the Ducks, especially that Ducks one, because you're trying to. These are the teams you're fighting. These are the teams you're fighting for spots down the stretch here. That the Kraken being 2-0, I think actually I might golden buzzer. Kraken 2-0, golden buzzer might be my biggest surprise so far. Like, really? I thought the Kraken were going to be so fucking bad. And they might be. But those are 2 good wins. Like, legitimately. I'm like, oh, yeah, here comes the 0-2 start, and everything looks horrible, and you can't stop the puck, and you can't score. And they can. They can do both.
Pretty cool.
Sick.
Pretty cool. New coach bump.
New coach bump. New coach spunk.
New coach bump. Whoa, new coach spunk. That's good. That's really good. Careful. I love it. We want to see the spunk back in the Yoffs. But I think, the goaltending is just like, your Matty Beniers on the board.
Matty Beniers scored.
Love to
McCann
see
on
that.
the board.
I think it was the first game, Dunner immediately.
Yeah,
how high I am on Vince Dunn. Seeing him healthy, starting the season, getting on the sheet. You love that. But it's Decourt for me. I'm like, goddamn.
Nasty,
goddamn, this might be interesting.
Yeah, because that could actually be he could create a lot of wrinkles, a lot of waves.
I know.
In a lot of different aspects of hockey.
Yeah.
Of international hockey.
Just letting you guys know that the Avs are already up 1-0 on the Sabres right now, and Nathan McKinnon has his 3rd goal of the season. God. He is very good at hockey.
He's good. He's very good.
It's crazy. Next surprise hits close to home.
This could also be golden buzzer.
The Boston Bruins are 3-0.
Bang. Bang. Fuck you, Red.
Now, there's a few things that I want to say and be very clear and transparent here. The Boston Bruins beat the Blackhawks.
Yep.
They beat the Sabres, and they beat
the Caps.
The Caps.
In Washington.
Caps was a good little win. Sabres, Blackhawks, I'm not entirely sure we're going to get worked up about. But the Bruins are 3-0. Jeremy Swayman has a .966 save percentage. Just looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. Elias Lindholm out to a hot start. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 3 games.
That's huge, dude.
Elias Lindholm had a very hot 5-game sample last year to start the season. People forget that.
I did forget that.
I remember tweeting,
I forget that till you just said
"Oh, shocker! Elias Lindholm is a perfect Bruin after the 2nd game of the season
Yeah.
because he had like 4 points." And I was like, "Look at that."
Yeah.
So off to a hot start again. Let's see if we can keep it hot. There's a lot of things with like Elias Lindholm getting going early is great.
Huge.
Fraser Minton, unbelievable. OT winner goal, unbelievable. Casey Middlestat, goal early already. The guys that need to go are going.
Mm-hmm.
I also think there's very clear. Zadorov is he found it at the end of last year, but he looks very, very much like he's in the zone that people need to be. He's playing fucking shut down D. He's tough. He's mean. And I also don't think people realized what a leader he is. Like, he is a captain on this team. And I think it's really cool. I'm like, damn, like he's a fucking leader. He's in the mixer talking to refs. He's clearly kind of getting boys on the team going, but it looks good. I'm just curious what they're doing. Like, I'm like, hey, Boston, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get in playoffs and you're not even in the McKenna conversation, or what what's happening here?
It's interesting that it's like what we just said about the Preds, where I was like, oh, they just needed a year. It took a year for them to get in the system and figure it out.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Bruins, those 2 guys specifically, are kind of doing it now, it helps my Predators argument, where I'm like, yeah, just give it a beat. They're a bit younger, obviously, than those guys. You had said that before. But I'm with you, though, that I am like, I don't want to make playoffs. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't think
this is
it
where
just doesn't feel that the V's could be good enough.
This is where I think Laz and I get in this fight all the time. I think there are teams and fan bases who should want to get in the playoffs no matter what happens.
Yep.
The Detroit Red Wings, which is ironic because they had the longest stretch of all time. But with that group, with what they're trying to do, if you're a Red Wings fan, you want to get in playoffs no matter what happens. If you lose in the first round, don't care. Buffalo Sabres, you want to get in playoffs. Seattle Kraken, you want to get back in playoffs. For me, it is hard to look at great players like David Pastrnak and Charlie McAvoy and be like, you miss playoffs, guys. Mm-hmm. Like, they're ultra competitors. They want to be in playoffs. But from a Bruins fan perspective, I'm like, you want to miss playoffs.
Yeah.
You should want to miss playoffs to get better draft picks and to use said draft picks because you're building something. You are not a fan base that has been missing playoffs for a long time. Like, you are okay to miss playoffs one more time.
Yes.
And
one
just
more.
Keep getting better.
And you got to be ready to go next year. This isn't like we're building something for the future. Like, you're wasting Pasta's prime 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't think this team can get good enough to be like, just get in and we'll go on an epic run.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't think you will. Unless Swayman is nuclear, which he might be.
He might be nuclear. So it's been great, but I'm curious. Also, need Hampus to be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he is, but that was a huge issue last year of right. Like Hampus went down, Charlie went down. Like you can't have that. So
the Capitals are through 3 games. You just reminded me because the Bees beat the Caps. The Capitals are through 3 games in their season. Lost to the Bruins, beat the Islanders, beat the Rangers. Ovechkin 0 goals.
None.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were wrong and I was wrong. Red, you have 2 games for him to score 3.
All right.
Unless he no longer likes a chase. Maybe Ovi's chased out.
Maybe he settled down.
Maybe Ovi settled down and likes
Interesting.
how 897 feels.
You think he's not going to score all year?
Yeah.
What would you call it? What if Alex Ovechkin finished this season with 100 assists and 0 goals?
3 goals.
2.
No, seriously. What if he? This is a totally realistic scenario I'm setting here. What if Alex Ovechkin had a 100-point season? It was all assists. Do you think Caps fans would be like, "Sick! It was a great season"? Undoubtedly, if you're getting that many points, the team is doing well. But what would you call that season?
I think I would call it the greatest season in NHL history. 0 goals, 100 assists.
I think I would call it the most impressive season in NHL history.
Yeah, impressive. Not greatest, the most impressive.
For a 40-year-old greatest goal scorer in the history of hockey to score 0 goals, it's almost like someone getting a 0 on the SATs.
After
it's like you have to know.
High 59.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to know the answers to get them wrong on certain parts. And
dude, here's the thought. I'm about to say something fucking controversial. Can I give you guys the beginning of Ovi's career?
Yeah.
Wow, dude, this is fucked. I've just discovered something.
I can't wait for this to be not.
Here's Ovi's first year. 52 goals, 54 assists. As a 20-year-old, that's fucking so dope.
It was insane.
Next year, 46 goals, 46 assists. Next year, 65 and 47, 56 and 54, 50 and 59. Then he turned one more. 30 as a 25-year-old, 32 goals, 53 assists. Then never again. Like he turns 26 and like never again does he pass the hook. And he was just like, I'm just gonna score from now on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna break Gretzky's record and I will never pass again. I think Ovi lost the thread somewhere.
I think
that's tough to say is the greatest goal scorer of all time because he did the thing that he said.
No,
he was
you know what it is?
So I'm like, dude.
You know what it is? It's like working at a corporate. He's in banking, dude.
Yeah.
It was what he turned 27 and that happened.
Yep. Yeah. 26. He's 26-year-old year.
He got an office.
Yeah.
He got Ovi's office.
Yep.
He got promoted,
Yep.
and they gave him an office, and he never left it. Like legitimately now, for me, they get into the offensive zone, and then he just sits there.
Dude, I think legitimately, because obviously he'd won 2 Rockets already at a 65-goal season, but I legitimately think there was something to like. He was like, I'm a great player too. Like Sid, like we're both great players. And then eventually he was like, actually, no, go ahead, Sid. You do that. I will just do this.
Dude, remember those early Ovi videos? Like he used to be flying around the ice everywhere.
Yeah.
Like he would hit the fuck out of people. He was always buzzing around. And now I just see him and he's like, I'm gonna stand here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna score 50. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
I think he's chased out, dude. I don't think. How many goals does he score this year now?
He'll break 30, I think.
I think he'll score. I'll put his over-under at 36.5.
He had 44 in 65 games last year.
Yeah.
But 31 in 79 games the year before that, and he looked like he was dead. It looked like he fell off a cliff and he would never play again. I think he scores
I think he scores 37 goals this year.
37.
I'll say 31.
23.
Insane.
It could happen.
With 60 assists.
It could happen, but that's
60
insane.
assists. He's chased out, boys. He's chased out.
Not.
Yes, he is. He's chased out.
Let's talk about the Penguins.
Okay, another great surprise.
Penguins beat the Rags, beat the Isles, got smoked by the Rags, but they're looking pretty good. And Gino, 5 apples in 3 games.
Also 100 assists. 0 goals, 100 assists for Malkin. 0 goals, 100 assists.
Let's go. I actually went hard on Twitter. I was like, fucking, look at this guy. Who is this man? and I suppose I was unaware of this because I'm not a Penguins fan. Dude, you would think Penguins fans would have been like, fucking rights, motherfucker. We're good. We're making play. They were all like, dude, he does this every fucking fall. Don't get it. I was like, oh, my God. It was every Penguins fan just came into my DMs. And they were like, this dude, don't get excited. He every single October, November. I think someone was like this. Oh, I see you haven't met October, November Evgeny Malkin. Yeah. I was like, oh, shit. All right.
That's hilarious.
So, I mean, I'm bummed about it. But
at Florida Panthers. Who is this guy?
You know what? Did you see that rumor is like that it's hitting the hockey internet waves?
Yeah, good.
So many websites and accounts being like rumblings that Evgeny Malkin is a serious target for the Florida Panthers, and I'm like, that's literally just me.
They've been trying to trade for him for years, literally for years.
Fuck you, dude.
They have. Greg Wish told us this. This is a established fact. The Panthers have been begging for Malkin for years. Just do it. That would be insane. They're another one though where I'm like, you guys are. What are you doing? Like. Because if they are actually good and competitive, here's actually something I want to establish, because I'm always talking about trading Crosby, and I always get yelled at by Penguins fans. Nothing would make me happier on earth than the Penguins to get good again and Sid stay. I want Sid to stay on Pittsburgh his whole life on a good Penguins team.
Correct.
That would bring me extreme joy.
Yeah, I think people don't know that about us. Like I'm like, I don't give a fuck what team it is. I just want him in playoffs.
So if this Penguins start means we are actually going to make a run at playoffs, I'm like, yep, then 100% stay, make a run, and I would love to see you get in the dance. Yeah. If this is bullshit, though, and they're like, oh, we're just actually going to be a 6 seed again, and we're going to be competitive and close to the bubble all year, and then still not make it, then I'm now pissed, and then shame on you. That's how I feel. But exciting start. Exciting start for the guys and for Gino. This one's not a happy surprise. It's just a fucking lol to me. We kind of said this with Steve. But the Panthers starting 3-0. And it's Hawks and Flyers, but they did hammer the Sens, who are good, who are very good. The Panthers being 3-0 is so funny to me because it's like, oh, the Panthers are so hurt. Can this team even make playoffs still? And we said yes. I was like, this team's too good to miss playoffs. And I'm just like... Of course, dude. Of course the Panthers are 3-0.
It's so funny. And it's you also love it's God. Like Marshy's got a couple of goals. Lundell looks awesome. It's fantastic stuff.
Yep. They get production from everywhere. Yep. Goaltending's great. Nothing to see here. Moving on. Panthers 1 seed. Fucking Barkov's going to be back at Chris. Barkov's going to play in the Olympics, dude. He's fine. They're like, oh, sorry. We realized that there's a brand new ACL surgery that was just invented yesterday, and you recover in a month. But it's actually only available in South Florida. And Barkov got it.
He's the best surgeon in the world.
Yeah, he's the best surgeon in the world. Boom, he's fixed. He's playing the Finland Olympic gold. Panthers 50th cup in a row.
I mean, it's one of the you've labeled it as lol, and it is LOL funny, but it's also not surprising at all.
At all.
They're just so perfectly built. You want to talk about a couple of spooks?
Yep.
Spooksvilles?
Yep.
What is going on in Tampa?
Tampa. I went on Puckpedia Pod the other day, and they were like, "Give me your picks." I think where'd you have Tampa in the East or in the Atlantic?
I think I had Tampa
1.
Maybe 1.
Yeah, I
one
think
or
I
two.
did too. And I was talking to some of the hockey boys this weekend, and if you made me bet, I would say the Eastern representative in the Cup comes from the Atlantic, because I just think Carolina. I love Carolina. They know I love Carolina, but they have the same goalies that they've had. So I'm like, I don't know if that's enough, and I just don't think anyone else in the Met is good. No offense. So I would bet it comes from the Atlantic, and I was like, I don't know. I like Tampa's chances with a hurt Florida. I like Tampa's chance with a hurt Florida. And 2 games, whatever. But they get beat by the Devils, who I like, but they get beat by the Devils pretty handily. They were up 3-1 against the Sens. That was actually a fun game to track. Because I was like, God, Tampa's so fucking good.
Dude, it was like
Ottawa's fucking good.
Well, Ottawa fan. It was a really funny exchange. I tweeted, I was like, Tampa's a wagon, and Ottawa fans were like, no, they're fucking not. They have a good power play, and we have a shit penalty kill. Yeah. And I was like, shut up, you fucking coping pussies. Yeah. And then they were so right.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay.
They were so right. It was just like 5-on-5. Tampa looked awful.
But through 2 games, Vasi, .855 save percentage. 4.67 goals against.
And he looks bad. He
And
looks
dude,
bad.
He didn't start. He had a average first half of the year last year.
Yeah.
And then came like a freight train
Yeah.
at the end, to the point that I was like, he was a finalist, right? He was.
Yeah,
To
I
the
think
point
so.
that I was even like, he could challenge Helly for this, which is laughable now considering they gave MVP to Helly,
yeah.
which is a fucking clown show.
so
but
stupid.
Vasi closed like a freight train at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. The reports of his demise were greatly exaggerated. But this is now an alarming trend to start the year where I'm like, buddy, because dude, he is not old. Like, how old do you think Vasi is? I kind of just gave it away, but
30?
yeah, dude, he's 31, and he just turned 31. In my mind, Vasi's fucking 50, or like Bob's age. You know, like these guys have been in the league forever.
Yeah.
Wrong. Vasi is completely in his prime still, and should be fucking nasty.
Yeah.
And if I'll say this about Tampa. Bad start, 2 good teams. I'm not worried at all about my pick, about them. They're
Sure.
fucking fine. But if Vasi is all of a sudden not good, then they are in a world of hurt.
Oh, you're in Spooksville, for sure.
They are. In fact, they're fucked.
I'm going to add, you have one more here, and I want to add one. I'm nervous if I'm a Vegas Golden Knights fan about Aiden Hill.
Okay. Let me look this up.
Aiden Hill right now, through 2 games, has a 3.24 goals against and an 8.54 save percentage.
Yeah, those are Vasi numbers, pal. Those are Vasi. I mean, literally, it is exactly Vasi, but slightly better.
Yeah. And I don't know, man.
2 wins.
I feel like we kind of saw a little bit last year in the playoffs. I was like, ooh, he wasn't looking like the Stanley Cup winning
Yeah,
Hill
let me check
that, like,
playoffs.
took the job.
Yeah, 8-8-7 playoffs last year.
Right?
Yeah, after 9-3-2, 9-3-1 in his 2 playoff performances before that. 8-8-7. And then, yeah, I mean, he hovers around, or at least in Vegas, like the last couple years, he hovers around low 9s, 909, 906, which you probably want more than, honestly, but that you can live with that on that Vegas team, I think. So obviously 8-5-4 is fucking unacceptable, soldier.
Yes, and like that Kings loss, well, an electric game. Shout out Cosm. We had a blast. That was not an okay loss.
Something to keep an eye on. I'll give you that. Like I think I know he can win you a cup. He did it, but it's worth being like, how we doing?
Yeah, because I think their D is good.
Ahsoka Tano was not good though, right? They won that game, maybe. Yeah, who did they beat?
My point being is they cannot be in a situation where they're like, oh no, they beat out the Sharks 4-3 in OT.
Yeah,
and it was the most ridiculous loss of all time.
Yep.
Like
Eichel from the parking lot.
Nedeljkovic just like had an aneurysm twice. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Because if Hill slips too, then they all of a sudden become like, I guess kind of like Kane's kind of Avs territory. Actually, I really like Blackwood, but Avs the last couple years territory where you're like, fuck, we have such a cup team, and I just like need that boost.
Yeah.
Carter Hart watch.
Yeah. Ooh, that what a
I mean, it's like he was
what a spot for
I
him,
think
dude.
they already kicked tires on that, and that was one of the teams people were talking about, and they were like, "No, we're not doing it." But now I'm like,
Do it.
If
What a
if you
spot,
go 10 games into the season and Hill's like really sketchy, maybe
You think I'm not playing in Canada? I'm going to fucking Vegas. Keep my money, live in Vegas, win a cup.
Dude, sign him to a $1 million 1 year.
Yeah.
yeah,
What's-
that's all it would
Do
cost.
splits, do splits on whatever
100%.
you want in Vegas, pal.
Do whatever you want.
Just say.
Yeah.
Put it on red.
Just say. Okay, my other boys, just a little bit, is the hometown LA Kings.
Yeah,
Absolutely crunched by the Avs.
but the Avs are disgusting.
Avs are nasty, but it looked like one of those games where you're like, oh, this team is way better than you.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even sure they are. I think they're better than the Kings, but they shouldn't be way better. But I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Then that Vegas game, which you just said, was amazing, but they also blew they were up 3-1, and then we blinked and they were down 5-3, and I'm like, boys, like, what the fuck? And then they lost to the Jets after being up again on a sick juice goal to take the lead. So those are tough teams. If I told you have to start the season with Avs, Vegas, Jets, I'm like, okay, who gives a fuck? That's brutal. But a couple blown leads, look a little sloppy, look a little leaky on the back end with a couple different goalies, So just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it, Dan.
But to me, I think it's more than that. I think it's the defense is such an issue.
Keep an eye on it.
And we worried that, right?
Yeah.
It was just.
If it was going to go anywhere, I was saying on that Puckpedia show, if you told me the Kings were going to struggle in one of the 3 phases, because I actually think for a good team they have question marks in all 3. In that, wow, are you going to get that from Kemper again? Question mark. Some of your forwards are a year older. Plus,
which guys need to take a jump.
Plus, which Morsey am I getting? 30 or 13, right? So there's a question mark there, and then there's a question mark of some of the guys you added on the back end. If one of the phases was going to derail the Kings, my vote is back end because I bet they get good Kemper again, and I actually do think they're gonna get 30-goal Morsey. Kopi will be good. Like I'm actually fine up there. It's just like the D. I'm like, oh no,
for sure.
Little scary. I wanted to finish some hot ice with a little Rocket Watch.
Okay.
Just 2 that really fired me up. I'm going to actually reverse the order here. Shane Pinto, our boy. A lot of people being like, we need more from him. What do you think? Like, how did you feel about his season last year as a pseudo Sens guy?
He was on like third line most of the
time. Yeah.
Was he not?
And
he's a weapon.
He figured it out a bit and ended up getting 20 goals and but it's like we were like he's a 40-goal guy, like that's what he can be.
But yeah, by saying that I was just like maybe they underutilized him.
Agree. Yep. So game 1, a couple of tucks.
Game 2.
And I texted him and I go, people are saying 164 goals are in the cards. And he just he was like, ha ha. And then game 2, he scored 2 goals and he then replies and goes, dude. I was like, yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know that he's going to score 164. I don't know that he's even going to score 40, but
40 would be sick.
40 would be sick.
I mean, 40 would be a dream. But if he scores 30, you're like, fucking right. Yes,
and this is the jump, right? Like, this is the jump that I actually thought was coming last year where I'm like, okay, yeah, you're back. Let's go. This is... dude, it's funny. Goal scoring.
Your boy Jake Gensel goal against the Bees, up 1-0.
Was it Gensel?
Yeah.
NHL.com says Sorelli.
Is it a contract year for Pinto? Like, did he sign the little bridge?
Jesus.
2 years ago?
Dan, you're the contract guy.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's where
it is Sorelli. Sorry.
Maybe that's where the goals are
Gensel got the first assist. Must have been a tip.
Maybe that's where the goals are coming from. But these things matter so much in goal chases because when you do a dry spell and you're like, fuck, like you bought yourself a dry spell by going 4 in 2 games. Like that's what I'm saying.
I want to add one if I may.
Sure.
Tage Thompson just got his first of the season, tied it up 1-1. The Buffalo Sabres are 0-2. They're tied 1-1 with the Avs right now. The way Sabres fans reacted to their losses online, they were just like, dude, and like I'm pretty sure someone just went down with an injury. Was it Norris?
Yeah, Norris.
Norris just got an
injury. Significant amount of time.
Yeah.
They were like it was like he tore his. They said it was similar to when he tore his oblique. It's not the same injury, but he's like,
I remember when the Sens did that trade, and I was like, I think I texted Dan. I was like, oh, what a sideways move. And then I think this is the long-term thought process from the Sens.
Yeah,
it's like every year something happens to Josh.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Which
it
is awful
sucks.
because he's
you hate
a fucking
to see it.
Nail gun.
Dude, something has to change this year. Like,
it's not going to, dude.
No.
Like,
it is. It is. This is what I'm saying. Like, this, with what happened a few years ago, where it was like they were kind of flirting with it, and then they got worse, and now here we are. We need like a hostile takeover. Like the Pegulas,
they already tried that once.
Yeah.
Like the Pegulas need to give this team up because like it's actually fucking insulting, and we are at the point where I think we are going to see if we get 20 games into the season and Buffalo's fucking 8-12 and they just stink. They're gonna trade. Like they're gonna trade guys like Tuck. They're gonna trade. I don't think they'd ever trade Tage or Darlene, but like they're going to trade important players because it's what they do. Mm-hmm. And those players then go on and win Stanley Cups, and this fan base is going to fucking kill themselves. And we can't have that.
No, we can't. They have such sick jerseys.
It's also, they're a cool team. The Buffalo Sabres are a cool team.
Oh, dude.
And we've said a zillion times, how in the world do you have the Buffalo Bills and you have the vibes that the Buffalo Bills have, and you don't have that with the Sabres?
Yeah.
How have you dropped that ball so significantly? And it breaks my heart. I think to see some
vibe is there.
No,
Like,
it's not.
Even in the darkest of times, when I go to Buffalo, dude, like those people love the Sabres.
But you know that the vibe is not the same at all.
Well, yeah, they're not having as much fun.
And
they lose every game.
I think that the Bills, even before they were good, they were still having fun.
They're smashing tables.
You got to smash some tables, Sabres.
Start
fans.
tailgating.
Maybe they start
Sabres
tailgating.
games.
Tailgate Sabres games. Like, I know it sounds
It's
crazy.
the same ownership.
Tailgate Sabres games.
What are we doing?
Dude, and they also, look at what they've done to Penn State hockey. Like, they just don't care about the Sabres. It's crazy.
I think if we were to bring bubble hockey games to the tailgate,
Okay.
and then Sabres fans would jump off the roof of cars
Through bubble
through bubble hockey tables.
I think you're more,
Take the bubble off.
first of all,
Take the bubble off.
those costs are way too high.
Okay, good point.
Second of all,
They're heavy.
they're heavy.
So are Sabres fans.
And third of all, we're talking now like shards of that bubble glass plastic getting in the way.
T.H. Thompson's long stick.
Players
up your ass.
heads going right up your butthole.
Okay, excellent.
Dangerous.
These are excellent points.
Dangerous.
Buy a fold-up table.
Yeah. Paint a rink
Paint
on
it.
it. Yeah.
Paint a rink on it. Perfect. Jump off car through table. Save Sabres season.
Absolutely.
Bring vibes up. Save Sabres season.
Yeah.
You're so right. There's no reason the vibes should not be there for the
Yeah,
Sabres.
exactly.
The same way for the Bills, because the fans do love the fucking Sabres too.
Yeah, I know.
And they're just like,
Absolutely.
bring it. I think I don't know if I was telling you guys that on Saturday or whatever. When I was at Sabres game a couple years ago, it was just like, it was just dead quiet in there.
Yeah,
There's warm up
it
and
was
like
brutal.
nothing is happening.
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
like,
brutal.
I was like, what's happening? What's going on?
We gotta pump the energy up.
Yeah, we got to put some
I
rookie
can't-
numbers.
I can't see it anymore. Let's switch it back to more Rocket talk. Sorry, and there's one other guy that you needed to bring up.
Dude, Dorofeyev is going to score 1 million goals. Dude, last year in 82 games, 35 goals, 17 assists. I think a lot of people weren't aware of that because he got hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like that was a massive
Yeah.
wrinkle. 35 goals in 82 games. He's played 3 games with Eichel and Marner. He has 5 goals, including a hattie. The
Instant
opening night.
hattie.
He scored a goal in every game.
Yeah.
I've said a lot about the Lightning's first line, which I think is disgusting and
Yeah.
probably the best first line in hockey. And I still think resume-wise, those 3 guys, because Pavel hasn't done it long enough yet for me to just crown him as like an all-time all-star. But watching, I didn't see any Vegas preseason. Like literally not a single second of hockey.
Yeah.
I was excited for Marner and Eichel, but I was like, I'm going to see it when the season starts. Watching them, shout out Cosm again, they are going to be a problem, like
Yeah.
a legitimate problem.
Absolutely.
And this dude is the perfect complement. We were just talking with Steve about like, who do we get on this line? We just, you need the chemistry. The line needs to go together like some Legos. And bro, this guy is like, he knows where to go and he can finish. And if you're playing,
He's a goal scorer.
If you're playing with Matthews, let's say even, maybe that's not the perfect fit because Matthews is like, well, I know where to go and I know how to finish. So you're doing what I'm doing and I'm better at it than you. But this guy's playing with Eichel and Marner. And dude, he just appears. My eyes are glued to Eichel and Marner like a tennis match going back and forth. And then this dude materializes backdoor and hammers one into the net for over and over and over. He could literally, and I'm dead ass, I'm always exaggerating on this show, he could literally win the Rocket.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be that insane to me if he was like, I scored 53
It
goals
would
this year.
kind of be insane because, I mean, can you imagine? We should fucking hammer that. Is that? Yeah.
question.
I wonder what those odds are right now because we should fucking hammer it. It would be insane because that would be on no one's radar. But when you think about it, this guy who is a goal scorer playing with Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner, you are kind
Two
of
of the top playmakers.
right. You're like, oh wait, that does make
on a
ton of
team that's
sense.
going to score a lot, on a line that's going to have the puck the whole time.
Exactly.
Fucking Jack, dude. Jack has the puck all game. It's insane.
Interesting.
Best line in hockey.
That might be
maybe.
a BetMGM bet that we find and fucking smash as the network.
God, dude.
We got to figure that out.
Does Goal have any goals?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, Dan.
Pretty good.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're staying on some immediate overreactions, way too early reactions. We're going to bring on the prospect Don. Absolute beauty. If you're not following him on Twitter, you should, but the guy is dialed when it comes to young players, draft classes, prospects. We're going to talk about rookies in the league right now. Let's bring on Don. All right, we are joined by the prospect Don, a man who knows more about young players in the league, draft classes, prospects in general than anyone on planet Earth. And we want to bring you on and talk about the rookie class this NHL season, who you're loving, who you've got stock in. First of all, how the hell are you?
I'm good. That introduction was amazing. I know you said on Earth, but, there's some content creators in other planets that have been doing better than I have. But other than that, like Mars, they've been really popping off. But, dude, this has been an incredible start to the season for rookies. You're seeing guys play 25 minutes a night that are just, like, relied on heavily, like Matthew Schaefer or Sam Rinzel. So, for a guy like me, this is the perfect time of the year.
Yeah, it must be. I mean, like, when you're as dialed in as you are, start of the season is like Christmas times 10 for you. It's like, who is going to pop up? I'm so glad you brought up Schaefer already.
Yes, that's where I want to start too.
Remember all summer and like after he got drafted, people were talking about how young he was, and they said, oh, we might see a Leo Carlson type treatment here where they maybe manages minutes, manages games. Then this kid comes in preseason. I've never seen someone look so NHL ready. And then, he's popping on the ice, and he's their number one D-man.
Dude,
he's
I'll
just
go
eating minutes.
A step farther, they were saying it wasn't even managed. They were like, he's not going to make it. Like, they were like, we were 100%. He's the youngest kid in the draft. We were 100% not taking him this year. It's not even a conversation. And then it's instantly became he's playing 20 minutes a game. He has 2 points.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's already breaking records. I think he has the record for youngest player ever to record a point, because he's so much younger than anybody else in that draft class. I think he was like 7 or 8 months, or maybe even 9 months younger than Porter Martone, who went 6th overall. So Matthew Schaefer's an incredible kid. When I got to talk to him multiple times last year, he just made me realize how immature I was and how mature he was. I think that he's definitely a top 3 player on that team, in my opinion. I know that's a huge hot take, but just look at what he's doing. I mean, he has the respect as well as he's earned those minutes. I think he recorded 26 minutes last game. He had that incredible goal where he just like dove in, has, the shoulder is healthy. You can tell that he is like, if there's an opportunity for him to do anything to help the team win, he's going to do that. One of the guys that I just really like, he loves Skittles. I think that's really funny. I was talking to his dad in the elevator at the NHL draft because he was just talking to James Haggins. So I thought he was James Haggins' dad, and I was just talking like Haggins and Schaefer up because I thought they were going to get drafted to the Islanders. And then I got stuck in an elevator with him, and he was holding a Matthew Schaefer jersey. I was like, oh, that's Matthew Schaefer's dad. Because I didn't know who it was, and now he's very, very famous in all the interviews because he's talking about his son and everything. But he's a great kid. I think that he's got star power where the Islanders really needed. So he's going to be in the NHL for a very long time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's also funny, you mentioned the kid turned 18 in early September.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And to be eating 27 minutes in an NHL game when you've just recently turned 18 years old is so funny.
Insane. We saw last year, and last year you had, and no knock on anybody because we're going to get to Demidov in a second, but last year you had a Macklin Celebrini and a Mitch Koff where it was kind of like, these are potentially like generational guys coming through.
Yeah.
The Rookie of the Year race is a 2-horse race between them. And then Lane Hudson comes out of nowhere, not comes out of nowhere, but in terms of point production, I think was like, holy shit. And, leads the way and wins Rookie of the Year. Do you think Schaefer is capable of that? Can we see, because it kind of unfortunately becomes a point race a little bit, I don't think Lane Hudson would have won Rookie of the Year if he had been 20 points behind those guys.
No.
So
No chance.
Do you think Schaefer has that? Can he hang points wise and be in a Rookie of the Year conversation at the end of the season?
Yeah, I do. I think it's also going to be time on ice and kind of how the team performs with the Calder. If it's like neck and neck with Demidov, Zayn Parekh, and Schaefer, or maybe even like a guy like Sam Rinzel, I do think that the age is going to be a decisive factor for the voting as well, and what he had to overcome during the year last year. Broken collarbone, was one of the best players on the ice at International Canada for the, one game and 4 minutes of that one game that he played. But then he only played 17 games last year and had 20 points. That's unheard of for a first overall pick. And what he's doing is absolutely insane, in my opinion. Like, he comped himself to guys like Miro Heiskanen as well as, Cale Makar. And we're kind of seeing a guy that has so much raw potential and at that age. So I do think that Matthew Schaefer is going to be in the Calder race all year. I think that he can win it. Like a guy like Demidov obviously is the favorite in my book, but the thing is, if he doesn't perform as well as a lot expect, people are going to give the edge to a guy like Schaefer, who just came in and had to dominate. And I think it's a little interesting about the generational prospects, like quote unquote, that have come into the league, because it's Bedard, Celebrini. I think they overshadowed guys like Michael Misa and Matthew Schaefer last year, and then on the back for this year it's McKenna, and then the next year it's Landon DuPont. So there's like 5 generational quote-unquote guys that are coming into the league, and I think it overshadowed Matthew Schaefer. But as soon as they get into the league, you can't undershadow the guy anymore. So it's like he just pops off and then gets as much fans as he possibly can, and the hype that surrounds him is just absolutely incredible. So the noise around Schaefer, especially being in New York, is going to be really, really big for Calder.
I love that take too, especially because you're right. How many times did we see like underwhelming draft this year? Coming into this draft, it was like, oh, this draft is not that exciting compared to the year before, and then next year with McKenna, and I'm like, Schaefer's nasty, actually.
He is, and what I'm curious about, we're already talking about it with his minutes. I mean, you can look at lines and all you want, but at the end of the day, when you look at minutes, you see actually who's playing, and we keep bringing up that 27 minutes. I mean, that's a fucking haul of a game. The kid's a left shot. And on that team, you've got Romanov, who's a left shot. You've got Pelech, who's a left shot, 2 of the best defensemen on that team. But then already you have Schaefer playing this much, playing more than them in certain games. And it's, for me, this is one of the first times you could make the argument with Macklin. And obviously that Sharks team is so interesting because they're so young. And there's just so many different opportunities. But I feel like we haven't seen a first overall pick get onto a team and be immediately given the keys to an incredibly important role, since like McDavid, since Crosby. Like, those were guys that stepped in and everyone knew how good they were, and they were like, we don't care how young you are like, you're playing immediately, you're a first line center, you're taking care of shit. And you're kind of seeing this so far with Schaefer. Like, he's stepped into this team as a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed 18-year-old, and they're like, you're playing damn near 30 minutes. I think, like, when's the last time we remember seeing that, really? On a team that's also, like, kind of competitive. Like, they want to be a playoff team, right? We weren't seeing that with the Sharks last year. We weren't seeing that with the Blackhawks 2 years ago.
They were like, go ahead and beat
They were young teams, and they're like, Bedard, Celebrini, run around and do whatever the fuck you want. Like, we're not making playoffs here. This is a team that's trying to be competitive, and they're going, you are maybe our most important defenseman. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, and I think the door opened up after the Noah Dobson trade, because you just traded your best defenseman, and now you're getting a guy coming into the league that doesn't really have a lot of experience, especially last year, and you're like, hey, you have an opportunity to take the number 1 defensive role. Go ahead and try to take it. And the thing about Matthew Schaefer is he has always talked about how there's no pressure. It's a game. Like, he sees the game very, very like a veteran. So it's not like he's just that much younger mentally. It's just his age, next to his name on the elite prospects or the stat sheets. So this guy is so mature, and he already understands how to be a superstar, especially in an organization. Because Erie, they treated their players and the fan base like they were absolutely NHL Hall of Famers. Like, when you go into a restaurant, they're going to be mobbing you. Like, he understood that. So I think Schaefer comes at it with a different respect and I guess perspective than a lot of other prospects have. And when you get a guy like Matthew Schaefer, it's so much harder on defense to even be kind of in that elite conversation already, especially as a rookie. It usually takes 2-3 years. It's kind of like a goalie. It's kind of like a quarterback in the NFL. You really don't know how a player is going to be defensively, and he's just excelled in every single box. I mean, playing that many minutes and then excelling and having that much energy. I mean, you saw his celebration when he scored. That man just loves playing hockey, and he loves scoring. So, the Islanders got a good one there.
Let's talk about someone else who's on fire. It's a little young buck up in Anaheim, down in Anaheim, I guess. Beckett Seneke leading all rookies 3 points, got an assist in his first game, or was it the goal in his first game? Goal in his first game.
Nice little tap.
Incredible. And then now another goal and the assist. I think that, he had his epic draft reaction moment.
The viral clip.
Yep. But there were other names that were getting hyped a lot coming into this season, right? Some guys you mentioned already, which we'll get to. But what are you seeing from him that's just translating so immediately?
When Beckett Seneka went 3rd overall, I kind of knew it was going to be a good pick because Pat Verbeek just seems like he can evaluate talent anywhere. He did the same thing with Roger McQueen. It's like very tall forward that has incredible skill. This guy's basically like a 5'10 forward and a 6'4", 6'5 body that just happens to be very skilled. Beckett Seneka, I talked to him during the offseason, and we talked about the viral clip that he had, and he just started cracking up because he understands how far he's come from that, but he really didn't know he was going to get drafted 3rd. I think that the draft floor, there was kind of a lot of talk that he was going 3rd at least 2 hours beforehand, but it was kind of a shocker. But this guy has so much talent. What he was doing in the OHL was just absolutely incredible. I know that a lot of Ducks fans it was kind of like a Moritz Seider type of draft pick where you're like, what just happened? There were so many guys on the board, but it's not a Kirby Dach situation. This guy was performing incredibly well with his team, and he just has so much upside. And he grew, I think, like 6 inches in a summer, and so he had to figure out how to use his body. This is a guy that has so much upside and so much talent that he could be a superstar in the NHL, and I would not be surprised. I know that people go to Ivan Demidov, Caden Lindstrom, like Zeev Boyum, like even Zane Parekh in that draft and be like, we could have had those guys. But Beckett Seneka is top of the leaderboards in rookie stats for a reason. I know it's early in the gate, but this guy's going to score like 20, 30 goals this year, in my opinion, if he stays up. There's a lot of talent on the Ducks, and they can just, flip-flop who his line mates are going to be. It's not like Bedard where he's playing with plumbers. This guy's playing with legit guys.
Yeah, so true. And also, I like what you said about how he grew. My favorite thing about his first 2 goals is if you look at those plays, he's scoring in the gritty areas, right? He's in the box around the net. He's getting bumped. He's staying on his feet. He's staying in the right position, tracking pucks. That's a rare rookie goal. We see a lot of these rookies who come in and score a lot of goals. They're usually flying down the wing, using their hands, making a move, sniping top corner, hitting a one-timer. Like, he's scoring, lunch pail goals. Yeah. And to get your first 2 NHL goals like that, where he is using his size, figuring out how to use his size, I think that's really exciting for them because that Ducks team does have a lot of good young talent who are going to score those other types of goals, like I mentioned. So that's pretty special for the Ducks. Who are guys? You keep mentioning a bunch of them. You like to see it. You mentioned Zeev Boyum, who also got his first NHL goal over the week, which was awesome. If you're picking, 3 to 5 rookies that maybe not so much that you're calling out for Calder watch, but guys that you were like, these dudes are going to be legit players this year to get their fan bases pumped up. Who do you have eyes on?
Well, the easy ones are just the guys we mentioned, like Matthew Schaefer, Seneca, Ivan Demidov. But I wanted to talk about like Ryan Leonard, Sam Renzel, nice. Like those 2 guys, and even Jimmy Snuggerud. He's so fun to watch on the Blues. I mean, just in Minnesota, what he was doing with the Golden Gophers, absolutely incredible. I think that Ryan Leonard is going to be the future of the Capitals. It's going to be in a top 6 role, but he is somebody that is really exciting. He was interviewing Zeev Boyum, who's also another one with a Slim Jim at the rookie showcase. So the guy has like a lot of confidence. He kind of goes by his beats at his own drum. I mean, this guy is somebody that I think could be a star in the league. If he figures it all out, he has so much potential. I really like Sam Renzel too. The guy plays 25 minutes a night on one of the worst teams, and he's only a -1 in 3 games with the Blackhawks. You saw his little toe drag top shelf goal for his first of the year. And I just, this guy has so much confidence. Drafted out of high school in 2022. This guy is just so much star potential in there. The offense is there too, and his defense is incredible. Some guy that I want to see play well is Artem Levshinov because I think that there's so much potential, but it's more of an experience. Like I called it, like it's an experience to watch him play, but it's our experience as Blackhawks fans.
Yeah.
But if he hits, it's going to be top four, really great player, but he just needs to get comfortable. Brady Martin's a guy that I really, really like and want to see because he plays more of that Tom Wilson, Zach Hyman role where he can score a lot, but he's going to use his body and physicality. He was a combine darling. Every time he would talk, it would be about the farm, tractor, fishing, how he has chores that he has to do, so he doesn't want to go to the draft. There was just so much. But Demidov, he is just so fun to watch. His skating, I think, was touted as a weakness from some scouts in his draft class, but it was actually just a strength in my opinion. But it was just a little interesting to like watch him skate. But he explodes on the ice. So I think that was a little bit of a scouting mistake there.
Yeah. Are you surprised? And again, it's fucking 3 games, but are you surprised that we haven't seen more out of Demidov yet, considering what he did in the 2 games or whatever it was that he showed up last year?
Yeah, I like 3 games, 1 assist, but I actually thought he was going to dominate the Blackhawks. That was a really good opportunity for him to. I think the Blackhawks had 9 or 10 penalty kills. It was almost the record at 16 for the Blackhawks, but they were in the box the entire game. So I thought with the more time and space he was going to be able to get, he was going to be able to use that, use his incredible skill and just showcase that against the team that didn't draft him. But I don't believe that there's any worry about Demidov. I think that his B game is something that you need to look at a little bit, like what is he doing away from the puck? Because he's only going to have the puck on his stick for 1 minute and 30 seconds or 2 minutes during games, because that's kind of usually how it goes. If you use a stopwatch and see how long a guy has the puck on his stick. But Demidov is one of those guys that I think he showed more prowess in his back checking, and he's trying to work on that overall game, kind of like Mitchkov did with John Tortorella. It was really work on your B game and you're going to be a superstar. We know your offense is there. You're an offensive genius guru. Work on your B game and it's all going to come together. So I think Ivan Demidov is learning how to be a winning player, but the stats I'm not really worried about this year. I think he's going to put up 60 points plus and just get a lot of highlights for those Habs fans.
Yeah, one guy I'm super high on, I've said a million times on the Islanders, is Max Shabanoff. I think I just love his highlight tape, dude. And I think it's like sometimes you come over as a rookie and you're just playing so free and can really do something. And I think obviously they're not as competitive as maybe they want to be, but I love that he got a goal already. Do you see a spark that I'm seeing there, or what do you think he can do as a rookie?
Yeah, he's fun to watch. The smaller guys that are under 5'10", you never really know how they're going to translate. But he is 24, 25.
Yeah.
So it's coming in like a Artemi Panarin a little bit.
Yeah,
but, he has a ton of skill. I love watching these kind of guys. It's like kind of reminds me of like an LJ Mooney-esque. I know LJ Mooney's 5'7", but it's just that kind of explosion you have and the excitement when you're on the ice. You cannot close your eyes, because if you do, you're going to miss something incredible that he does. So, yeah, I can't believe a 2000 birthday is already 25. It makes me feel old a little bit, but
that's so crazy. I know,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
he will have a high. I promise you, at the end of the year when they're doing the top 10 goals of the year, I don't know if he's going to score 40, which I did announce, but if he doesn't, but I will say one of the goals he scores will be in the NHL package top 10 goals of the year. He's that special, dude. I love watching him.
I love it. All right, before we let you go, I want to get your for our people who are all over the betting spaces with BetMGM and all things like that. If you are right now as the prospect Don, if you are telling people your top 3 picks for Calder, who is it?
Well, I was talking to Scott Wheeler actually, and he said he can't bet, but if he was a betting man, he'd put his money on Zane Parekh at I think like plus 1,200 for Calder, because this guy can score. Yeah, this guy can score a ton, and he's going to be able to put up a lot of points on a team. And if Calgary makes the playoffs, that's going to be put into the evaluation, as well as I really do think that a guy like Sam Rinzel, with his time on ice and the kind of usage he's going to get as the top defenseman on the Blackhawks, with all that power play time he's going to get, he's going to be able to put up like 40, 45 points, in my opinion. I think a guy like even like Alexander Nichushkin. Like, he could win the Calder. A lot older than a lot of these other guys, and he played incredibly well in the KHL. He was one of the best players in the entire KHL, and he's already a +3. So if you're looking at plus minus, but the guy's on ice all the time. In the KHL, in the NHL, it's kind of been a little bit like under 18 minutes a night, and I think that they need to push that up a bit. But if he's getting 20, 22 minutes a night, I think that he could win Calder.
Dude, those are 3 value picks. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
We're not going favorites here.
Nikishin's such a good call because Slavin's day to day right now too, so he's getting even more minutes out there. And he was also what a good example of someone who kind of just like came out of nowhere on an already stacked team. Yeah. He just kind of showed up out of nowhere and is fantastic. So I love that pick. Dude, I love all of that. Giving us a nice lecture on the best young players in the game right now.
The guy, the insiders in Mars better watch out.
Yeah, he's freaking out.
Better watch out, dude, because we're taking over the universe.
Dude, you're the best for popping on. We gotta make this more of a regular thing during the season. But before we let you go, tell everyone where they can find you, what to expect from you coming up this season.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It's been a dream. You guys did an incredible job with the Kings schedule release, so great job on that. That was awesome. You can find me at the Prospect Down on YouTube, X, and TikTok, as well as I just purchased a Draft Prospects Hockey, which is a scouting service, so you guys can find my stuff over there, and we're going to be covering all of the major junior leagues, NCAA, draft eligible players, and Calder eligibility guys, so definitely check that out. But thank you guys again for having me. You guys are popping off, and I love your content.
Absolutely, brother. Right back at you, man.
Yeah, we'll do this again soon.
Yeah. Huge shout out to the Prospect Don giving us a master class in rookies in the game. Let's take a quick ad break and then jump back in it. Babies, by now you know that we are teamed up with BetMGM, the best sports book in the game, and they are hooking you up with everything you could possibly want in the sports world when you're trying to make your bets. And we're focusing on hockey right now because it's hockey season. The first week has been a blast, as it always is. So make sure you get signed up for BetMGM right now. You're going to use promo code NETTERS when you do that, and there's a ton of action going on right now. We got the hat trick jackpot happening as we speak. You can bet on anytime goal scorer. We love that move. You know players in the league. You know who's popping off. You know who's buzzing. Shane Pinto's got 4 goals in 2 games. You hit an anytime goal scorer, and you get put in a pot if that goal scorer gets a hat trick or more. They can get a cat trick. They can score 9, but if they score 3 goals or more, you get put in a pot of $10,000 in bonus bets. So hammer those anytime goal scores and see if your guy scores a hat trick. And also, when you sign up with promo code NETTERS, NETTERS, you can bet up to $1,500 on your account. You can lose it. A lot of us do. But then you get it right back in your account in bonus bets. So BetMGM's taking care of you, giving you $1,500 in those bonus bets when you sign up. Make sure you do it now. Get in on the action with us. It is a blast.
Every time I start thinking about Mug root beer, I start thinking about times that we had an inner dog in us barking, screaming to get out. Connor McDavid, contract saga. Everyone on earth wondering when he's going to sign. Dan goes, actually, I think it's October 6th. And he puts it on the internet for everyone to see. And what do you know? Just like I thought. He got his paws on a mug, and he had that dog deep inside him, letting loose, living life unfiltered, sniped the McDavid signing like a G, like a dog, like only a mug dog can do. Okay, so the next time that you want to be on top of something like that, the next time you want something cold, something frothy, something with unapologetic flavor, I want you to get your paws on a mug root beer. This one, no sugar, zero caffeine, my absolute favorite. Find them at any local store near you, or you go to mugrootbeer.com/find-mug. That's FIND-MUG. And then you can start sniping predictions left and right, just like the inner dog inside you. Welcome back to the Empty Netters podcast. Or should I say,
don't.
Welcome back to the Pucked podcast. Bang.
Do you like this?
Red's never got to experience it. Well, maybe
That's
as a
true.
listener, but he's never got to experience it in the chair.
True.
We are back with a Pucks podcast because it's been a minute since we updated you because we were doing division predictions and all this stuff. And we got to talk about the other day where Max, the groom at the wedding we were at, got us a signed copy. And
we gave Max a signed copy.
Well, yeah, he gave.
Are we almost done?
No.
Fuck.
And I actually thought I was going to do a bigger dent, but so much happened that I was like, okay, we got to stop because I can't be telling you too much, dude. I can't be taking up too much.
Hey,
of the airways.
I can promise you. Yeah, you can. You have my permission. You have my permission
Can't rush it. Can't rush it, Dan.
You have my permission.
If I've ever learned anything about hot, steamy sex from this book, it's that you can't rush it. You take your time.
God almighty.
You take your time.
All right.
Okay, so first, Dan, just before we get to the highlights, I just want to give you the rundown of the plot.
Yeah.
Of what has happened.
Great, because that's super important in this Puck smut book.
In this book. And this is actually, you were going to love this.
Oh, yeah?
So they like have banged a bunch and then she slept over and whatever. The very next chapter is the Blackhawks go on a road trip, so she doesn't get to see him. But he's texting all the time, he's calling all the time, he's sending flowers, he sends outrageous gifts. It's literally like, I think I made this joke, but it's like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street when she's like in a towel and there's flowers everywhere. And she's like, this is insane. Like he's doing that. It's actually rattling. But she is constantly Googling his name to see like, oh, he's banging another puck bunny on the road. And a picture surfaces of him with his arm around a blonde girl and she's kissing him on the cheek. And she's like, I knew it.
This motherfucker.
Yeah. And then it's like there's like a bunch of pictures and it's like in a magazine and she's like, yeah, like I'm a fucking loser. So she's like, I'm never speaking to him again. I'm going to kill myself. She tries to go for a run to take the steam off, and she actually just runs to McDonald's and gets a milkshake.
Was she actually Suey, or were you paraphrasing?
Oh no, she wasn't gonna kill herself.
You gotta, dude. If you're giving us,
yeah, you're right, because that's
like,
possible.
Relax, yeah.
No, she was just really bummed out. Then he leaves her a million voicemails. She's not answering. He calls her best friend to be like, yo, that's my sister.
Yeah.
Obviously. Like so typical. That's my sister. You overreacted. She's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, dude. So she's like, I got to call him. And she's like, hey, sorry, I freaked out. And he's like, no worries. They have phone sex. Come on. Incredible phone sex. Then he goes, I'm going to fly you out to Toronto, take you to the game against the Leafs. And then I have a couple of days off. We're going to go to my cabin and stay there. So she goes, let me see if I can get the day off. Can, but tells him she can't because she's going to surprise him.
Sure.
Because she's going, like, she convinces her mom to get the ticket and she's going with her best friend, Charlene or Charlotte or something. And she goes to the game. In the game, he gets in a massive fight with the center on the Leafs because he used to be on the Leafs and he got traded to the Hawks.
Okay.
And he's now the captain of the Hawks. He gets in a massive fight and gets tossed because it's like instigator and like he was out of control. So he's in the locker room. She just goes, I need to go talk to him, and just walks into the locker room
from the stands.
No pass. She's not like with a press pass. No. Dude, literally, she has a ticket. Walks into the locker room, fucks him.
Helena Hunting.
Dan, I was like, this is the first time.
known NHL game goer, clearly.
This is the first time I've really been like, yo, what are we talking about here? Walks in the locker room, and he's like, what the fuck? We switched to an Alex chapter, and he's like, he thinks he's hallucinating because he's like, I thought you couldn't come. And she's like, oh, I wanted to surprise you. And then they fuck in the locker room. And at the game, it was like the third period, he got tossed. As the game ends, and the whole team walks in.
And they see it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
She's just straddling him in his stall.
Bro. And he's got her. Well, we'll get there. So that's what happens in the book.
Holy Jesus.
From this part. Here's some highlights.
Can I just real quick, give me that book?
It's going to rip it in half.
Yeah. I want people to be able to see what's going on here. All of the dog ears that Chris has put in this. This is the one and only time in the history of literature that a smut hockey book has been dog-eared.
Yep.
This many times.
I want you to know I do it for you. Well, it used to be harder for me to find the highlights, so now I dog-ear them so I can just get through it quicker for you.
Okay.
So you're welcome, both of you.
All right.
Here's some highlights from this section of Pucked. And some of these are just hockey stuff that I just thought was so funny.
Okay.
So this is like the very beginning. She's had her date and with Alex, she slept over. And she's like, she hasn't gotten any message about Alex, but my mother is a different story. She attempts to glean as much information as she can about the date turned sleepover. She even asks if the rumors are true. I refuse to answer because those aren't details I'll share with my mother. However, my inability to sit without wincing for the first couple days afterwards is fairly telling. And I'm like, dude, do you think you would do that to your mom? Like, just You can't be living with your mom. Can't be living with your mom and wincing after sex with monster cocks. Cannot be doing it. Also, here's classic Helena, dude. She sees that he's got a picture with another blonde.
Yeah.
She goes, reality punches me in the boob.
That is not a real sentence in this book.
Dude,
it's not.
Dude, reality.
It's not.
We say kick to the dick, though. I do. You know what I mean? I feel like guys are like, oh, that was a kick to the dick. I'm just saying, I think that we say that. Reality punched her right in the boob.
But that's meant to be a moment of actual emotion of like, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
She says, reality just punches me in the boob.
And I've heard from chicks, girls listening, who I know there are girls listening to this episode and like this book. I think boob punches hurt. I think getting hit in the
shots
boob
hurt.
I think
I've been told boob shots hurt.
Getting hit the boob really hurts really bad. Okay, she calls him and she's like, sorry, I freaked out. And he's like, all good. And then she just starts... what did she call it? She starts jilling off.
Jilling off, yeah.
And it's kind of out of nowhere. Like Alex,
it's the female version of jacking off, as you could have guessed.
Alex on the phone is even like, what are you doing? So he goes, are you touching yourself? Maybe. I slipped my fingers into the little pocket in the front. Boys' underwear are so convenient. She was wearing his boxers. Oh. Yes or no, Violet?
I'm going to be honest. I thought when you read that, I thought the little pocket in the front was a euphemism for her vagina. Yeah. And I was like, that's fucking crazy.
I was with you there.
Yeah. So he goes, yes or no, Violet? She says yes. And he goes, fuck. Are you petting my pussy?
Oh.
And then this page was electric, dude. So he goes, they're having phone sex, and he goes, are you wet like you were for me? And she goes, she goes, not nearly as wet as I get for you. That's the quote. Not nearly as wet as I get for you, quote.
It's nice. That's nice.
Now here's her monologue. This is total bullshit. I'm one of those naturally looby people.
All right, this has been fun, guys.
Dude, it's like we essentially every few weeks on the podcast, Chris just reads us porn.
How did you find this?
Bad porn. Naturally loobies.
How did you find this book?
Dude, I googled the most erotic hockey smut
for
book
fun
on earth. Yeah. He responds to that. I can't wait to have my mouth on you again. I'm going to eat you like I'm on death row and you're my last damn meal.
Good line. Good line.
Come on, Alex.
Really good line. Okay.
Come on, Alex. Then she's about to get off. He gets off on the phone and she goes, the phone falls from my ear as the orgasm hits. It's like dropping a Mentos into a bottle of soda.
I'm convinced that Helena Hunting is a virgin.
I was just gonna say, has she ever actually done these things?
It's like a bag of sand. Helena Hunting is a virgin and is just like the horniest person ever who has actually never had sex and doesn't know what goes on.
Okay. Oh, all right. So now, and then it's like they're gonna go to Toronto. They're going to the game, so they get to the game. Here comes some funny hockey ones. I don't even know what this means. I had to read this 3 times. I was like, what's going on? So it's like Chicago's up by the end of the first. Alex getting mad, and her stepbrother is named Buck. He's also on the Blackhawks, right? It says
on the same team as this guy.
It says Buck is playing like he owns the rink. He deflects 4 goals in the second period, and I'm like, what? And I'm not
master tipper.
He deflects 4 goals in the second period, allowing Chicago to stay ahead. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I think she's
just standing in front of the net like this.
No, I literally mean he blocks.
I think she means block shots.
He blocks 4 that goal that would have been for sure goals.
Yeah. So again, virgin has never watched a hockey game.
He deflects 4 goals in the second period, allowing Chicago to stay ahead. I was like, what the fuck? Dude, Buck had a 4-burger in the second, or he saved 4 automatic goals. Okay, I probably don't even need to read this, but this was like I couldn't believe this. Alex gets tossed. Violet, I need to pee. I'll be right back. I make my way through the stands toward the locker room, aware I may not get past security. I must have a horseshoe stuck where the sun don't shine because security is too busy chatting up a couple of puck bunnies to notice as I slip inside the locker room. And I'm like, what do you think is happening? Do you think there are puck bunnies constantly trying to get into the Blackhawks locker room, distracting security so you actually can get into the Blackhawks locker room?
It's like in her mind that the door to the locker room is just next to the concession stand.
And then she gets in, obviously. Alex's uniform is strewn across the floor, along with his padding and most of his gear. And I'm like, his padding.
Jesus Christ.
All he has on is a jockstrap highlighting his package, which appears larger than usual. And I'm like,
doesn't know what a cup is.
dude, and he just gets tossed and just like is walking around in his jock.
Yeah.
Pissed off, dude. She's in the locker room. Okay, then we switch to Alex POV, Game of Bones.
Yeah.
Game of Bones. He can't believe she's here. And they pretty immediately like just start making out. Like there's no like, what are you doing? Like it's just like, hey, what's up? And he takes her shirt off. She's wearing a bra that he got her at Victoria's. Remember the gift card, Dan?
Yeah,
Remember
so
the gift
yeah,
card,
it was
of course.
yep.
So he goes, he takes her shirt off. He sees a bra and he loves it. He loves her bra and he admires the way she looks in the bra. And then he goes, I need to get inside her now. The cup is becoming a problem. If I don't get it off soon, I'll end up with a sprained dick.
Oh my God, dude.
I get it, dude. I get it. Then he goes, she needs to get it off. So she goes down. He said she describes it as having a bunch of straps, almost if it's like the old school garter belts.
Yeah.
But that's also not your cup. So I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. Because he's like, my cup is connected with straps. And it says, Violet frees the snaps. I was a Girl Scout, she says, as though her skills in cup removal require an explanation. She tilts her head to the right as she frees me to avoid getting hit in the face with my twitching, swinging, super hard erection. Dude,
Dodging cocks, dude. We're dodging cocks out here.
He ignores the smell of my sweaty
yeah.
fucking.
This I was gonna get to that, dude. So this says she goes. This is classic Alex. Sometimes his internal monologue is so dumb. Yeah. Here you go. If she puts her mouth on me, I'll come. I can't let that happen. Sex in the locker room is my number one fantasy. Well, maybe not my number one. That's boob sex.
Boob sex. You know what? One of my favorite parts about this has been there are times where it feels like she's being timid with the language she uses, and apparently boob is as far as she'll go when it comes to the female chest.
That's boob sex. Hey, actually, let me finish that. He goes, that's boob sex anywhere. This is a close second. Dude, boob sex, number one fantasy. You're telling me Alex Waters has never had boob sex? I believe this is his first time fucking in the away locker room of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't believe it's his first boob sex. Okay, so then they start going. He hits her with a, it says she's grabbing his hair, and he goes, I bite the skin above her breast. She lets out the sexiest, sweetest cry. And then Alex has a quote here, and I thought it was going to be something lovely as I was reading. And it just says, I'm going to fuck you till you can't walk. It's like, what a jump. Okay. Then this is a dagger, Dan. They hear the voices. He's like, I didn't notice the period ending. The voices come in, and then a player. What the fuck, Waters? It's a teammate. No, not yet. And then it says he turns around. He's trying to hide her. Like they're naked, but he's like just covering her because they don't know who it is yet. They just think it's like some random. Uh-oh, Violet whispers, burying her face in my neck. I think we're pucked. Nope. And I was like, we did it. We got.
Does that end the chapter?
No, almost. I think we're pucked. And then the other teammate goes to Waters, you're unbelievable, man. You get kicked out of the game, and the first thing you do is find a bunny to screw? And I'm like, is this like a thing? Is this like players are getting tossed and then go like, God, I bet he's going to go get a bunny and bang her in the locker room.
A bunny to screw is also
like,
just
I don't think so.
special comment.
Dude, this was actually funny. This is Helena in her bag, okay? Coach walks in.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? The coach comes in, surveying the scene with a critical, confused eye. Who hired an escort? You know the policy on that. I'm like, okay, so now there's been like several escorts in the locker room. Oh my God. I grip the towel tight and hide behind my hand, utterly mortified. And I think this is a Violet chapter. Yeah, I grab the towel, hide. Watch it, coach. That's my sister. Buck's tone, well controlled, holds warning and a lot of pent-up anger. I'm thinking that's mostly due to walking in on the locker room sex. Oh, and the fact that I'm now being pegged as a puck bunny of the lowest form. Coach, your sister's an escort?
Oh my God.
It's like, okay. That's pretty good, Elena. That's pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
Dude. And then it ends with they have to, and this is actually a nice cliffhanger for you guys. It ends with there's press all outside the locker room.
Yeah.
And she's just like, dude, how the hell am I going to get out of here without the entire world finding out that I've become Alex's puck bunny?
Tough times.
For
for
in the
Violet.
life of Violet.
Tough times
Her
for
mom's
Violet.
at this game, dude. Her mom's at the game.
Yeah, sure. This book's getting worse and worse.
No, Dan, it's actually getting better.
It's it's getting.
Any predictions? You still think Dan still thinks we're getting stepbrother sex? We can't go there.
I'm sure that eventually, because why is it a stepbrother if not?
Yep, that's fair.
Buck will get in there. Buck will puck. I promise you that.
Dude, her going, we're pucked. You know when a movie says the title in it?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, there's a Family Guy fucking skit just about that. It's like, hey, you said it.
Yeah. I think we're pucked.
Truly remarkable.
I was like, we're pucked, Violet.
Well, thank you, Chris, for giving us that.
You're so welcome.
I can't wait for the next iteration.
Let's take an ad break and everybody cool off.
Yeah.
Everybody cool off and we'll be back. All right, I got to talk to you guys about True Classic because they have done wonders for my wardrobe. It's amazing. I had the jeans. The jeans are the first thing I got, and I love them because they're a good fit. They're a little bit baggier, kind of fashion's going back that way. I'm really liking the style. I look cool. Look like one of the kids. That's all I'm ever going for. But honestly, for me, it's been the tees. The tees are so good. They're long enough that I can reach for stuff. The t-shirt doesn't come up my back, my stomach. I can wear them out in public, but they're also so trendy. Like I can wear them at home chilling, but I also wear them out. I'm not kidding. Like I wear True Classic tees to the bar and everyone goes, great shirt. And I go, I know, True Classic, go check it out. They're comfortable. They're soft. They're amazing. It's legit changing my entire game and I really appreciate it. So if you want to check out some jeans, if you want to check out the t-shirts, because they got all kinds of stuff for you, all right? Go find what fits your wardrobe, your style. But if you want to upgrade your wardrobe and save, because you're not spending $1 billion on these designer brands, you want to save some money and look stylish. You can do that too by going to True Classic. So if you go to trueclassic.com/netters, that's NETTERS, you are going to love everything they got cooking and you'll be able to dress like DP and me. Okay, we are back. We're going to play some games before we get out of here. And before we do that, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to Dustin.
Are we playing games?
Or we're doing some fun stuff.
I like fun stuff.
I think those are games.
I like fun stuff.
I want to give a quick shout out to Dustin Getz. He's in Santa Barbara. He's a huge Ducks fan and a huge fan of the pod. He loved the Kreider episode and he just had a baby. So, Dustin, thanks for listening. Congrats on the baby.
Congrats on the baby.
And go Ducks, baby.
I fucking love that.
Go Ducks.
We got a new duckling.
Yeah, we do.
That's huge.
Okay, so now we're going to a beer league hotline, and we have another twin drama follow-up.
I can't believe that this is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's insane, dude. So if you'll remember, we did the episode, and then Doug's wife messaged us.
Yes.
And that's what we read on the pod last week. We have received a message from Larry. It's unbelievable. I'm going to read it right now.
I'd like to believe that these guys in their B-League circles are being called Doug and Larry now.
Me too. That's actually an all-time nickname for those boys.
I feel like you got to get this whole squad on the pod.
Yeah, honestly. Like,
dude,
what's going on here?
It's like Dr. Phil
Once I have
session.
read this, once I have read this message, that actually might be the only next solution.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
Jerry.
I was actually slightly worried to read this, to be honest with you.
Okay.
This is from Larry.
I want to be clear, too, to Larry. You told us to read this.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, fuck. Okay, from Larry. Hey, guys. Love the pod. Just figured I'd reach out as the other half of the twin draft drama. I would like to give Doug credit for getting jerseys since he did that before him and his wife were together. Huge. Because I was kind of...
Big man of Larry.
Dude, agree. I was kind of chirping Doug, being like, okay, you didn't get the sponsorships. Yeah. Your wife did that. Doug did that. Larry, big man for bringing that to our attention.
Very cool.
Up until the last year, we were allowed to reserve one team rep. So he would be the GM, I'd be his reserved player, and our younger brother, who is better than us, we took early. So he was never having to draft Larry.
Dude, I want to say again, Larry is a self-aware king.
Yeah.
Like he's being like, dude, first of all, Doug got those jerseys.
Yep.
That wasn't a marital plus. And also our younger brother's better than us.
And we take him early. Yeah. And I was automatically on the team, which is what we were wondering at the beginning.
Yes.
I was like, how do you not have the guy? So it's like all those years they were playing together, it wasn't like Doug was like, I drafted you every time. It's like, I'm your... Well, I guess he did because he named him the reserve player. Sure. But like, of course. Okay. So we took him early. Doug didn't have the best year last year by his own admission. And he told me to try taking him later. Now...
They did kind of... Like, they kept... In the first message, Doug was like, in my assumed draft spot. Yeah. So I'm not going to give him credit for that. Like, yeah... Doug admitted that. Like,
but Doug's message said Larry tried to get cheeky, and I'm like, well, you told it. It sounds like you told it.
I disagree. It sounds like they went, we have settled on a spot where you can get drafted.
Yep. So by taking him later, I didn't realize he was going to go where he did. Larry, self-aware.
Yeah.
As an aside, I was planning on being a free agent this year as our team has struggled the last few years and kind of wanted a change of pace. I really didn't want to run the team, and since Doug was only 45 minutes away for work, I asked him a couple times, even up into that afternoon, if he could, but he wasn't able to. I assume he means could draft.
Sure.
And yes, away for work, Doug's wife said he was out earning extra money. He was only 45 minutes away. It sounds like Larry was like, dude, please tell me you can make it.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it, so this was kind of forced into something he wasn't expecting. I think we both have solid teams. We still hang out and grab beers. I know his wife doesn't really care for me, so I think she's trying to make it sound more dramatic than it is. Our first game was a tight 1-1 tie.
Amazing. Amazing that it was a tie.
I need this crew to come together in a way because there's a lot of I give Larry a lot of forgiveness now.
I agree.
I really do.
There was a time where I was like, Larry, you're a dummy.
After Doug's wife's message, I thought Larry fucked up. And now I'm kind of like, I don't know, dude.
Sounds like Larry didn't do much wrong.
There was a plan put in place, and then there were hiccups in the plan, but it was just kind of like, oh, shit.
He's a self-aware king. Everyone's fine. They're having beers. And we got Mrs. Doug out here sewering people.
She's pissed at Larry.
I don't think it sounds so much like the boys need a sit down. I think it sounds like we need the twins and Doug's wife to sit down and work out their issues.
And then
you're telling me you don't like your husband's identical twin?
Come on.
That's a problem.
We got to maybe get a trade too. And listen, there must be, I bet Doug's new GM, wherever team he's playing on, is listening to this at this point. And I'm like, dude,
you got to work.
Can we get a trade going here? I think a trade would probably solve everything.
I think it probably would, but here's the question. What if the boys on the team don't want that trade?
What about, you mean Doug's new team because they like him so much?
Or vice versa.
The boys would love Doug back. He's been running their team for 7 years.
We don't know that. I assume that.
Yep.
But we've assumed a lot here.
We've assumed a lot, and we've been wrong. We've been wrong.
So
a lot.
I don't even know if we want to open that Pandora's
Tight
box.
1-1 tie in beer league is electric, by the way.
That is a crazy
1-1.
game. Yeah, that's a crazy game. The goalies feel incredible after that.
They don't do shootouts? Like, what are we doing?
Wild stuff. So we will
keep
wait.
It coming.
Yeah,
keep
guys.
It coming. Keep it coming.
Keep the drama coming all season long. Do we have a new beer league hotline?
We sure do.
All right, Red, take us there.
I get 1 to 2 minor penalties per game. I'm not proud of it. Some are soft calls and some are deserved, but that's irrelevant. What matters is I've become very close with the penalty box girl. We spend a good amount of time together chatting every week, to the point that she knows my Chipotle order. And she's been known to toss me a secondary assist now and again. If I ask her out, is that a conflict of interest?
If you ask her out, is that a conflict of interest? If you don't ask her out, you're a moron.
You're a fool. You're a fool. Life almost never puts something like this in your lap.
This is a rom-com.
This is perfect, dude.
There's so much to unpack here. 1 to 2 penalties game in beer league, buddy. You got to calm down.
What are you doing? What
are you? And also, don't hit us with the that's irrelevant.
Some are soft calls. You
sounds like you got a reputation.
Maybe he's getting to the box on purpose.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Dude, he hasn't had one yet. He sees her in the booth, and he goes like this, trip.
Yeah.
And she goes, fancy seeing you here.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, we had to continue our conversation from last week.
Dude.
Why are you talking about what you get at Chipotle with her?
I think because he's just being like, I bet it went like this.
He probably doesn't have game.
I bet he went like this. No. God, late game, huh? And she goes, yeah, I've been here since 8. And he goes, I know, late game's always tough because I never know if I should eat before or eat when I get home, but I don't want to eat so late.
Most places are closed.
And she goes, what'd you do? And he goes, I decided to eat before. And she goes, what'd you get? And he goes, Chipotle. And she goes, that's good. I love Chipotle.
You burrito or burrito bowl guy? Do you get tacos?
Yeah. And he goes, no, I go bowl. And then she goes, what's in the bowl?
Which beans?
Yeah. And then he laid it all out for
That's
her.
exactly what
That's
happened.
exactly how it happened.
Riveting.
That's exactly what happened.
Riveting.
I mean, that's romance right there.
Do you think there's any chance that it's in his head? She's just being nice.
Of course.
Yeah. She can't go anywhere. She can't move.
She can't leave. That's what I'm saying, dude. She's stuck there. Is there any chance that he's like, we have a spark, and she's like, no, we don't. I'm being paid to sit here.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to burst your bubble. I'm not trying to burst his bubble.
There's absolutely a chance that she's merely being polite.
Yep.
But
there's also a chance that love is real.
Shoot your shot, baby.
We've got to find out. And here's the thing. If it goes poorly, If it blows up in your face, if she goes, "Oh, I'm married," or "Oh, I'm not interested,"
Just stop taking penalties.
Yeah.
encourages you to clean up your game a little bit.
This is a win-win, dude.
There's this only leads to your life improving.
Yep. This is a win-win.
Either you become a better player for your team because you're getting less penalties, or you find the love
Or you
of
have
your
a
life.
girlfriend. Or you're getting married.
Or you're getting pucked.
Yeah, or you're getting pucked.
Or you're getting pucked.
Or you're getting pucked. And I will say, I did forget this tidbit. She's tossing him secondaries.
Yeah,
So-
she clearly likes him.
True.
She's tossing him secondaries already.
Yeah.
So there is something. She ain't getting paid to do that.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting paid to sit there. She's not getting paid to toss him secondaries. I ask her out tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I don't wait another.
No. You know what you
minute.
do? This is what you do. Next game.
Wow. Okay, here we go.
First shift of the first period. Go in, take a don't hurt anyone.
Yep.
Go out there, take a blatant penalty.
Yep.
Walk into the box and go, "Sorry, didn't really want to wait. Had to get in here and see if I could take you out next weekend."
Wow.
You take an immediate intentional penalty so you can ask her out.
And
She
then-
goes, "Oh my God."
Yeah. God, I was trying to think of some really cheeky way to like have your number on you so you can like give it to her when you're in the box. But I think you just ask.
You just ask her out.
I think you go.
Like a gentleman.
Couldn't waste. Yeah.
Don't
the
ask
first-
for the number, ask her out.
First shift. I actually like the first shift. You come in, blatantly trip someone for no reason.
Yeah.
You come in and go, sorry for the blatant trip. Couldn't wait another minute.
Yeah.
Done.
Chipotle on Saturday.
Oh my God.
And she goes, hell yeah.
Incredible.
All right, let's finish up with a Bauer Hockey Blind ranking
Come on.
brought to you by our friends at Bauer. We are doing teams undefeated in regulation so far. Through the first week of hockey, teams that have not been beat in 60 minutes.
This is probably going to be outdated by the time this comes out.
Maybe.
Definitely.
Maybe.
But we'll see.
Kraken.
God. And Dan, I want to do it as like your belief in them.
Yeah.
Like, do you think
Yeah.
the Kraken are actually good, or are you like, no, this is bullshit?
4.
Thought you were gonna say 5. Thought you were gonna say 5.
I didn't. But you could convince me.
And I hope I'm wrong, dude. I hope I'm wrong, but I might go 5 here.
Okay.
5 out the gate.
Not
Rare.
going to be hard to convince me. on
Rare. Let's go 5.
that. Yeah, all right, 5.
Preds.
Fuck, that should have been 5.
2.
You're out of your fucking mind. 4.
Bitch. No, we gotta go 3. Preds are real. Preds are real.
No.
Preds are real.
God, I can't believe I gave 5 away when it was perfectly sitting there for the
3.
Predators.
3.
Think about who's like you're acting like all these bad teams are undefeated. There's a lot of good teams that are undefeated.
3.
4.
Fine. 4.
Hurricanes.
I don't
1.
know.
1, baby. We're not gonna get everyone, dude.
2. 2.
Fine. 2.
Avs.
1.
1. And I'm happy about that.
Bruins.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. The Predators.
That's
should
a
have been 3.
fantastic
Predators
list.
should have been 3. Predators should have been 3.
You are
Predators should have been
fucking
3.
dumb, dude.
Predators should have been 3.
Will you stop?
That's
like,
pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
Embrace a perfect list.
That's pretty good. The Predators should have been 3.
Embrace a perfect list because we just hit it.
Okay. Want to just end it?
Yeah, let's just kick it here until he comes on.
No, I'm just saying. Like, just say like that's the end of the episode. Just be like,
Oh, sure. That is it for us today at the Empty Netters Podcast. We've got great stuff coming this week. Make sure to check out Netters College Puck Drop, our new college coverage show coming at you. We got a ton of merch that you can enjoy. Scoop up that. We dropped some new stuff. It's fantastic. We will see you guys later this week on Thursday for our regular episode. Find us on all the channels. Until we see you.
skate hard.